your head, boy. What is going on, great people? Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, comment below. Should be coming on to the live. I do appreciate if you are rewatching this right now. We got to start with our motivation. Always start with the motivation. It's not even really motivation, it's just words that I need to hear sometimes. Start off with some good words. You know, we gotta fix a few things before, but I want to start off with some good words. And make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button, and appreciate you definitely for watching. Look like I could get more. I could go over there more. Live. I'm ready. I think we ready. Look like we ready. You know, one thing I didn't do yet. We are ready though. Hopefully I don't need to log in. Alright, we ready. Let's get the plan is. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, comment below, and let me know what you feel about this. Is it playing?
Quote of the day: do what you can with what you have where you are. Theodore Roosevelt. Deeper breakdown. This quote is really about eliminating excuses and taking ownership of your situation, no matter where you're starting from.
No matter where.
Do what you can. Focus on action, not perfection. You don't need to do everything. You just need to do something. People get stuck overthinking, trying to make the perfect move. But progress is built from small, consistent actions. Even 60% effort today beats 0% while you wait for the perfect plan. 2. With what you have. Use your current resources. Most people underestimate what they already have. Skills, time, connections, even just access to information. It's easy to say, I'll start when I have better equipment, more money, more knowledge. But the truth is, a lot of successful people started with less than you think. Resourcefulness beats resources. 3. Where you are. Stop waiting for ideal conditions. There's always going to be a reason to delay. Wrong environment, wrong timing, wrong circumstances. This part of the quote forces you to accept reality and move anyway. Waiting for everything to line up perfectly usually means never starting at all. The bigger message: this is about momentum. When you take action with what you've got, you build confidence, skill, and opportunities over time. Action creates clarity, not the other way around. Real life example. Someone starting a YouTube channel might think they need expensive cameras, a perfect setup, and a big plan. But following this mindset, they start with their phone, basic editing, and just begin posting. Over time, they improve, and that's how growth actually happens. If you want, I can give you quotes specifically tailored for your YouTube content or audience vibe.
Yeah, now that is fire, and I just want to drill this in my own head every day. Stop waiting on everything to line up. Like yesterday, I could have probably went live with what I had, the stuff I had, instead of trying to look and search and find everything. Like, I don't need to have everything. I don't need to have what everything. Oh, okay, I want 12 videos plans out. I don't need to have that. Whatever you got, just go at it. Get some if you got to, but you gotta, you gotta start where you at sometimes. Like, and then at the same time, I can't be mad at myself for not being able to go live every day, because that's not an easy thing. And then it's new that I gotta tailor it into my life. But I don't like restarting. I like to keep the, like it's saying, keep that momentum going, just keep the flow going. I'm not doing bad, but you know, I'm always trying to improve, always trying to see what I can do better, and always looking at what did I do this day that I could have did this day, or what did I do at this moment that I could have did in this moment. So just a reflection. That's why I like reading these. It gives me time to reflect and think and, and be and all of that stuff. And this right, that real life example was amazing. And the bigger picture was amazing. Like, actions create clarity, not the other way around. Like, you have to do the actions. You have to keep doing the actions. Stop waiting on the ideal conditions. Like, you gotta stop waiting on. It's not always gonna be perfect. Like, it just don't work like that. If you looking for perfection, it's not gonna happen. Like it don't exist, to be honest. Like, use your current resources. That's what I'm doing, and I could do that more. Like, so it was something else. Resourceful beat resources. Resourcefulness beats resources. Yeah, that's fire, man. All of this is fire. I love it. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, and comment below about this quote right here. Okay. Now let's get our day started with the content that we did find. I didn't line it up. We just gonna go with the flow of the stuff. So we're gonna watch I Hired a Hollyman. Ooh. We're gonna watch. Can we click on it? Oh, there it go.
There is a lot about the
Guys, today, make sure you guys, we're gonna watch I Hired a Hollywood stuntman to lose to me in a fight. So make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, comment below. We're gonna watch this video together. Let me know what you think. We're gonna react to it.
Isn't actually that fun, that I have now automated away almost.
Everyone in this pub.
We about to watch this guy Max hire a Hollywood stuntman to lose to him in a fight. We might skip past it a little bit, but make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, comment below any other video you guys want me to react to, and let's enjoy it.
Is a Hollywood stuntman. They're all about to start on me in a bar fight right in front of my friends.
I wonder if your friends will really believe, or if they gonna jump. See, my friends, it's probably gonna go down. That's why I couldn't do something like this. I gotta see what he gonna do, but me and my friends, the friends I do have, it's probably gonna go down.
How do I know this? Well, because I've been training with these stuntmen for the last week, and we have choreographed every move.
Can I hit someone over the back with a pool cue?
But why am I doing it specifically in front of these four friends? Well, you see, last year I took part in Clash of the Comics, a wrestling event at the Hammersmith Apollo where comedians step into the ring and beat each other up. I lost my fight, and my friends wouldn't let me hear the end of it.
Not at all surprised that you lost your fight. I don't think I'd back you in any form of fighting.
Oh, really? So, to prove them wrong, I'm going to stage a fight right in front of their very
Let me prove it. Let me see if you're not gonna help me out.
eyes and
Comment below if you guys will help y'all friend out.
win.
Comment below if you guys will help y'all friend out in the fight, or would you let your friend get beat up?
Right, where do we begin?
But would they believe that I was a real-life tough guy, or had I taken things a little too far?
I need to tell you about my four friends, because they have wronged me. Johnny, Anna, Charlotte, and Zach. They all came to the wrestling like very supportive friends.
Max the Dodge Fart walking around in a three-piece suit with all the arrogance of his ancestors colonising my ancestors.
But it's what they said after the wrestling that I take umbrage with. Because Johnny said this.
Not at all surprised that you lost your fight. I don't particularly think I'd back you in any form of fighting, apart from maybe like jousting or fencing or whatever you did at school.
And the other three decided to like the message.
That's crazy. Let me know if y'all like, share, subscribe, comment below. Would y'all help y'all friends?
Now that has made me very, very cross. So this is what I'm going to do.
Step 1. I'm going to hire some stuntmen. I want the best of the best, not the ones that you get from TV.
We gotta get to the
Step
point.
2. Choreograph the sickest fight scene, where I, specifically, look really, really cool. Step 3. Invite my mates down to the pub for some
shoes that are going to be smashed over my back. My friends are going to be sat here. Oh, this is lovely.
Selection of quite low budget fake CCTV cameras that I've hollowed out, and we're just going to hide as much.
I know he want to show it, but I kind of want to.
And it's just get as much coverage as we possibly can without them feeling.
Which get destroyed when you get thrown into them.
Yeah.
Whereas we have lots of hard things we don't like.
Paul, whilst the other two would be working as bar staff. And at 3 o'clock, right on schedule, the gang started to arrive. First Zach, followed by Anna and Charlotte, and finally Johnny.
What do you want to drink?
I guided them to the table and started.
It's like it's weird. It's like y'all went to a bar where nobody, like, is it other people there? I guess it's a couple other people where, like, it's a little small bar. Like, that's weird. I don't know.
Getting the drinks in. Now, they were totally oblivious to the sugar glass bottles dotted around the bar and the massive fake door right next to them. A door that I'd be kicking somebody through relatively shortly. DJ and I had come up with a signal where when he placed 3 bottles on the bar, it was go time.
I'll put these 3 bottles on the tray here.
And so whilst everyone was chatting, I was constantly checking. My friends were catching up, enjoying some beers.
You can't be doing that.
None the wiser that the men pulling their pints were actual Hollywood stuntmen. And the poorly played pool game hadn't tipped them off either. While still playing it cool, I spotted the all-important signal. By placing down that tray, DJ had given me the go-ahead to start the fight.
So he just gonna start a fight. This is like, is he just gonna start the fight, or ain't nobody arguing? Like, that's weird, bro.
Guys, does this work? Right? You don't need to be such a dick about it.
You're a dick.
The commotion by the jukebox had worked, and all eyes were on me. Time for a fight.
But if they know if your friend not an asshole like that, like, they just, I don't know. I guess you could have, everybody could have a bad day, I guess, too. Bro, they just sitting there. Like, what type of friends? Bro, they just literally sitting there. Like, you go leave your friend. Like, even when, like, as soon as I would have seen the guy looking at him crazy, like, come on, bro. Like, they still, none of them is doing nothing, bro. Nobody's trying to break nothing up. Like, they just, that's why I feel like, I honestly feel like it's fake. Because, like, somebody, if you ain't jumping in, you at least about to try to break this up. Even if he winning, you still about to try to break it up. Like, unless you don't even know these friends like that. We did skip past the introduction of the friends and what type of friends they were. So, we don't know that part. But, it's like,
No, come on.
And of course, no action scene is complete without the cool guy.
and look, he see the bed right there. So he know it's fake at this point now.
Phrase.
Jukebox isn't working.
They'd fallen for it hook, line, and sinker. Or had they?
He definitely didn't fall for it.
Because it turns out, if you made a career out of tricking your friends, they cotton on to things pretty quickly. As none of them had believed the fight was real for a second. And rather than shock and awe, it looks like they were mostly feeling a mixture of bemusement and pity.
See, I guess they knew it wasn't real. You know about this the longest fight ever. Yeah, this is.
I, on the other hand, was so engrossed in my training that I hadn't realised that they didn't believe me for a second.
Oh, you're not scared? And then you picked up the bottle.
Yeah, that's right, again. Max, how long did that take?
I've been saying that for weeks.
Well, there we have it. They might not have enjoyed me wrestling.
The only way I can win a fight is to fake it again.
But at least they got to see me kick the ass of 3 burly men.
Not texting you.
Man.
Are you Marsha?
Well, that was
am.
that.
I mean, I am.
They knew it was fake too.
Thanks for meeting
Cause
me here.
I'm like, bro, this look
Usually
like they think it's fake. Like that look they fake. All right. I can't stay quiet. TMZ. We can't get distracted with other videos. We have to look at that. All right, let's get into the videos. All right, guys. She said, no man wants to be around my kids. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, comment below. This topic is going to be a crazy one. I didn't watch the video, so we all watching it together right now.
Bruh, at this point, I don't have nobody to to, so I'm gonna just come to y'all because I be knowing that like y'all give me support, but I swear to God, like I really just have to break up over my because I'm a single mom and I have a 4-year-old son, and I feel like if I bring my son with me, meanwhile we've been together like 8-9 months, whatever, and not most of the time it's.
And honestly, that's why I feel like this is kind of dilemma. It's like some people don't want their people to kind of meet their kids early, but 9 months, I feel like that's a long time. A lot of talking. I feel like honestly, like a month or two, you should kind of slowly but surely, even if you don't bring your kids around, you need to see how they are with kids, or you just gotta slightly be asking the questions and stuff like that. You gotta kind of know. 9 months is too long to not bring somebody around to kind of, especially if you're trying to build something like.
Cool, but one thing about it, I don't really play about my baby, and it's really nothing, but I noticed like,
and no, you shouldn't play about your kids.
Like microaggressions and like micro little things, like when I be like around my, and it's, I really feel like I'm tripping right now, and I don't know, like maybe it's just my discernment.
And two, that's why we can finish.
I feel like when I people like being annoyed with my baby or anything that has to do with my son, we get the gone, and that could be as simple as like.
And you should, because some people not used to being around you and your kids. So some people not gonna know how to do it. So you gotta kind of, and then sometimes you shouldn't even bring your kids around some people. Like honestly, if they don't got kids, sometimes you know, unless you know them, even when they don't got kids, they not gonna understand it either way. So people like that, you bring them, you let them come to your house. So it's more comfortable. 9 times out of 10, if somebody don't got kids, I feel like you shouldn't even bring them to their house 9 times out of 10, because their house not even set up for your kids. That's my opinion, but I don't feel like you even should, because your house not set up for them. So 9 times out of 10, they gonna get annoyed quick.
He's loud and like, yeah, you gotta go to work in the morning, but he's 4 at the same time. So if you want to be loud and play with toys, okay, that's cool, but you don't have no kids, so you don't get that. What the and I noticed that like his background noise.
No, he gotta go to work in the morning, and you need to respect that, and your kid gotta respect it too. Like, so y'all gotta settle down. And two, that's why I went back to what I was saying. Like, let your kids be at your house with you, and he come over, and then it's like, hey, be loud, go home, and get your rest.
Me at this point, but low-key, like what I really noticed is like, bro, like this really revolved around my whole life, and I don't know if like other moms feel like this, or maybe it's just like because I'm a good mom, which I know I am, but people always tell me that because I'm always speaking about how I don't do that, or I don't do this because my son, or like I don't hang out with certain people, but that's really the truth.
Well, I don't mean if you're a good mom, people tell you you're a good mom. I'm surprised he ain't said nothing yet. He just listening. Y'all might be telling him to let the video play.
Like, I feel like 9 times out of 10, wherever doors I walk in, I'm gonna have my baby with me. Okay, cool. Like, I don't got no problem with that. We're gonna figure it out. But I'm never gonna have him somewhere that he not wanted, or somewhere that like people annoyed with him or something. Like, I just don't.
Why she sound like she about to cry though too or something? Like, I think that's just her voice tone, but
play about that, bro.
Stay in control.
And we would get
next-day
an ad.
delivery on most orders.
And you shouldn't play about your kids, but that's why you gotta bring them to your playground.
I low-key feel like this a lot because I really don't have no friends. Like, I don't have nobody, but at the same time, it's gonna be worth it. And it's crazy because, like, I'm sad about it, but when it come about mine and my son, I swear to God, like, I don't know, like, I don't even have no tears, but I be like sad, man. No, I don't have no tears when it come about mine. Like, I can't even talk crazy in here because we're in the backseat. We finna drive home right now. Like,
number one, the first.
Yeah, that's why I said that. Hey, you know something? Reacting to, which is funny. I think I should do it sometimes too. But reacting right after it happened is a good and bad thing. You get the real full just. That's how you trend when you get that first reaction.
First question that I have to ask myself, because there's a lot to unpack here before we move on to the next video, is why do y'all talk with run-on sentences? You know it's okay to pause, put a period or exclamation point, or even a question mark in between those sentences.
This motherfucker is hilarious, bro. Cause she's mad. Everything is getting out right now. Like, this is why I was just saying it's good and bad to do it right after. You getting a real raw feeling because it literally just happened. That's why I say, like, why do it sound like she crying?
You don't have to say like, but, and just keep on going, or none of that stuff, all right? So that's the first thing. The second thing, and, you know, in this story, it caught my eye when she said, I know you got to get up and go to work in the morning, but he's 4. Like, he should be able to play with whatever it is he want to play with. What? You see, when you see these women and they having these conversations, and I'm sympathetic to her plight, but this is the bed that she made and she got to lay in it. She's not considering what's best for him. She only cares about what.
Yeah, that's why I was, that's why I was saying, like, you have to, like, if you're doing something like that, you let him come to your house, and then he, if it's too loud for him or whatever, then he go leave. But it's easier to settle your kid down in your house because you got it structured for him. His house is probably not even structured for your kid.
Makes sense for her, and so that's why she's making an emotional decision to get out of the relationship, which I believe is actually best for him, because I'm a huge advocate for guys, especially younger guys. Do not put yourself in a position to where you are taking care of another man's kid under no circumstance. And
yeah, I agree. I ain't gonna lie with that, but I'm on the other side of, love is love sometimes, and it just happened. But he is got some. That's a huge responsibility. That's huge problems that come with that. That's a lot of stuff that come with it. But I ain't gonna say if you found somebody that match your vibe and that's it that you working with, don't mess with her because she got a kid.
This is not a diss to her. This is not a diss to single mothers. And I hate the fact that I got to preface what I'm about to say by saying that. But why? Again, because I know y'all looking at it from what's best for you, because you're going to do what's best for you in the same way that she's doing what she feels is best for her son, because she's not considering that this guy is going to be restless if your kid that's not even his is making noise and playing with toys while he's trying to rest and get ready to go to work in the morning. So no consideration for him, doesn't really matter. The only thing that matters is you crashing out. Now these are microaggressions. She can't even name anything that he did or that he's doing to.
Well, and too, at the end of the day, with him in this situation, just unpacking kind of what he's saying and agreeing and disagreeing, he shouldn't even invited her over there with her kid. Him knowing that the kid was coming over there, depending on what time it was, it's gonna take time to settle down. You shouldn't even invited her over there. That's thinking with your friend down there. And you like, hey, I got to get her over here no matter what. He gonna go to sleep eventually or whatever, or not even whatever it is. But in this too, it do got to be some structure to it too.
Diss her son or whatever like that. But again, I think that this is best for him. And if she feels like this is what's best for her, my advice is always to go back to your baby daddy. Now, I know that ain't gonna never happen because pride is a mother effer, and people.
That's situational too. Like, it ain't always the best. ideal to go back to the baby father at all, for sure. Like that's just thinking. I
Try
don't
not to
agree.
curse. And people, a lot of times wait too long, and by the time that they figure it out, the guy done probably moved on anyway. And then a lot of times they also have children by guys that's less than ideal, but then they try to make it seem like, oh, I'm a great mom. And that's cool. I don't think that you should get credit for being a great mom. That's expected. It's almost like a guy getting credit
No,
for taking care of his kid.
That's for sure.
You're supposed to do that.
You're supposed to do that for sure.
You brought the kid into this world. You're supposed to take care of him. But I just think that she's being a crash out. She's being completely unreasonable when it comes to taking into consideration what somebody else has to go through. And again, this is the reason why I believe that people need to go back to their child's father, or their fathers need to go back to the child's mother. And you
Well, that's situational though. I do seeing what he's saying, but he not looking at all situations. He looking at just certain situations. Like the real thing is you should have made sure you picked somebody that was gonna be able to, help you in this situation. And then when you want to go out, like I said, that person needed to come to your house, to your standards, to your house where your kid is at. You don't need to bring your kid to somebody else's house, because it creates a mess. It creates that person's house and that person's setup is not for your kid. It's for him. So yeah, a 4-year-old is not easy to settle down, but I have a 4-year-old actively now, so it's not hard to settle her down. But I do understand they do need some room to kind of play depending on what time it is. And if she just got over to his house and they drove there, he took a nap in the car, good luck to you to getting them to settle
can't
down.
subject somebody else to your trauma and your circumstances because you feel some type of way. They don't have to prioritize your kid. That's not their kid. They didn't have them. It is not.
But if they're in a relationship with you, don't pick to be in a relationship with this person if you're not gonna prioritize. Them two is a package deal.
Their responsibility. Now, if they decide to
That's where we differ at.
marry you, then they take that on as a burden because you come as a package deal. I don't like package deals.
I feel like you come out as a package deal either way. I don't feel like it's all the way you wait to the marriage is a package deal. I feel like it's a package deal from the beginning.
I like a la carte. I like one-offs. But the point is that you're not considerate of him. You don't care about what he got going. What he got going on. You're not caring about his feelings. If he got to get up and go to work in the morning, none of that matters. The only thing that matters is how you feel right now. And
But honestly, I think she did, because she left. She left. So it didn't work and whatever. So she like, shit, I'm going to leave. And you can get your sleep.
And that's why you in your feelings and why you in your emotions and why you making the decisions that you're making. And again, I think that people should be able to do what they want to do. But at the same time, I don't see anything in this story where she describes something that he did wrong. I see something that she described that she did wrong because she's inconsiderate. And you should not have to be taking care of another man's kids. And, here's another question. And then we're going to move on.
It's a lot to this that's not unpacked for him to really even come to that conclusion. This is more so of a bigger topic that he's talking about than just this one thing, I feel like.
How are y'all having children with no community? No help, no aunties, no none of that, whatever.
And see, that's the thing. Like his vision, he only had a community. So a lot of people in this world that don't have a community, and they, people do people stuff. They had kids, and that's what happens sometimes.
Not married, none of that. Just winging it, just having children, and we just gonna figure it out from there. That's just the end of it. That is a wild concept to me because, as a person that I would say that I've generated a significant amount of resources, and I have a phenomenal community around me and great friends and family and all of that stuff. It's still hard, and I only had.
Yeah, but and two, everybody not you. So, and you got to realize that in everybody's situation not gonna be your situation.
One kid, and obviously, I'm still married, and my daughter has grown to be phenomenal, and we are about to take multiple different trips. I've taken her across the whole world. it's a lot. It's a lot raising a child. I don't know how y'all doing it without no community, but y'all the MVPs.
I didn't really realize that when you're a single mom, people just automatically expect you to want to date a man that also has kids. I was talking about it last night with my whole family because I was like, oh, well, maybe next year, like, I'll have a boyfriend.
Yeah, about that, I don't. Well, I do understand why people expect you to have, you know. I agree and disagree because that's the easiest way, so you can see how they around their kids, and it's an easy, and that person understand. Like, I feel like it's a package from the beginning. If you know she got kids, then you know that's a package deal from the beginning, and you know you're gonna have to accommodate that.
Go on a double date with my brother and my sister-in-law, and then I started talking about how I don't want to be with a guy who also has kids, and they were like blown away by the concept because they're like, well, you have kids, and I'm like, I know, I'm not saying that I don't love kids because I absolutely adore kids, but in my soul, I just feel that I will not end up with a man that also has kids. If that changes and I fall in love with a man that happens to have kids, okay, never say never. I would prefer to date a man who absolutely loves kids but doesn't have kids of his own.
And to be honest, I don't even know if them two really go together like that. They do, but I honestly don't think they go together, to be honest. Like, she may feel like she's seen it, but I don't feel like them two go together.
Plenty of other single moms who end up marrying men who do not have kids of their own. Also see a ton of women who end up marrying a man who also has kids, and then they have a blended family. Like, it's just personal preference, but I'm just shocked that people are shocked when I say that, because I'm like, why do I have to date a man who has kids just because I have kids?
I don't think that these women care nothing about y'all, bro. They genuinely don't care anything about y'all. Every decision.
I agree with him actually on this.
From most of these videos are always selfish decisions. They don't care about your well-being. What are you talking about? What kind of nonsense is this? You can have whatever preferences that you want. That goes without saying.
And I feel like that's the issue. You're looking for, like, when people look for certain type of stuff, that's where all the problems come in at, because you're trying to box in this one group and try to find what you want in this one group and wonder why you can't find it.
I want a guy that loves kids but don't have kids so that he can take care of your kids, and then y'all could be one happy family. What is this pre-made, prefab houses, prefab relationships?
Where did it even come
talking
from?
about? What kind of selfish nonsense is that? Man, look, bro. My option one and option two is always gonna be this. Number one, if you can, make it work and go back with your child's parent. Go back, figure it out, make it work, get married, learn how to work together, put it together. It ain't about you. It ain't about how you feel. It's about what's best for the child. And ultimately, you're going to find out that most times, that's what's probably best for you anyway. That's number one. Number two.
Then that's why you gotta pick that spouse right. Like, if you don't do that, you will make life so hard.
Work very, very hard. If that don't work, then work very, very hard to co-parent beautifully, and until your kid get bigger, you probably need to stop introducing new people to your kids in the first place and just focus on, you know, all of that. I'm not a fan of all of these people with putting together new stuff, and I've lived life.
Yeah, no, I agree, but at the same time, it's like I'm more so on a. I've seen too many, you know. See, I feel like his story is more so he's seen the, success of that. I didn't seen the other side of it and seen so many other sides of it to where that don't work. Like, sometimes it ain't best for you to go back with your spouse who had the kids. Like, sometimes that's not the best ideal because the circumstances is not always good. The first step is to pick the person you had kids with right first. I feel like that's the main step. Pick that person right. Like, that'll clash out a lot of stuff. And then the second is, don't box people into nothing. Look for the person that matches you. And with kids, without kids, it works out for that. Don't try to create, like he's saying, don't try to create this scenario, this person, this, now you trying to create somebody and then you trying to find somebody within that system, and that's already, it's already hard to find somebody, and now you want to have this person to be this certain way and match you and match the way that you want it. So that's a lot. Make sure you guys like, share, comment below about this topic, and just let me know what you guys think, and I appreciate you guys for watching. We're gonna move on to the next topic. What was next after this one? What this streamer did was disgusting. Yes, bro. We about to watch what this streamer did, which is definitely disgusting, out this world, and domestic violence I don't support at all. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, comment below what you think about this. This is brutal, man.
I got no wacky intro for you on this one. We're going to be covering a degenerate scumbag streamer who appears to have beat his wife on stream, and now,
like, it's not supported. Like, there's no reason to at all, man. Just
since it's blown up, he's trying to use a Jedi mind trick to convince everyone that their eyes were wrong, that you had a malfunction.
Let me know what y'all think when y'all see this video.
In your vision, because he didn't beat his girlfriend, he only pushed her, actually.
And what's the you shouldn't have did that. Like, keep your hands on yourself.
Your eyes are wrong. You didn't see what you thought you saw. Is his strategy. But how about I show you the clip first, and then we'll go ahead and digest that a bit.
Yes, right.
Okay, take it off. Take the lid off. Chill. You need to have no drinks in here. Ow. Ow.
Like, you crashing out that much, like, it's no reason to crash out. Like, y'all be crashing out for nothing.
It was in here, it was on this, I don't even know how. I turned around and...
Calm down.
I don't know what to do, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
Turn your thing off and turn the fan off.
Yeah, it looks like he strikes his girlfriend. Who pushes someone with a closed fist? You can see on that first time he brings his arm back, he has it balled up. You can very briefly see like a frame of what looks like a closed fist. Who is pushing someone like that? And also, she responds to the very loud noise that sounds like a hit.
And it's definitely sound like a hit, like a ow, ow, like that's crazy.
By saying ow. She says ow twice, both times after he thrusts his arm forward towards her. So if it wasn't a punch, it was a slap.
Then what was it? Like, tell us. Like, that's...
Either way, he is striking his wife. Like, he's trying to claim that it was just a push, which... by the way, is also a really fucking weird defense too. It's like, no, I don't hit my wife, but I push the fuck out of her, actually. I push her so...
And what's the difference? Like, is it a difference between pushing and hitting? And like keep your hands to yourself. Like, really, you need to calm down. Like, calm down. It's not, what's that serious? You are live. It's people that's not here. And you crashing out about something that just happened on a computer, that something that just spilled or something. Like, you gotta crash out for that? Like, it's crazy. Like, literally, and you hear her.
I think it's pretty obvious. Now, I'll go ahead and show you his response to it, where he tries his best to convince everyone that they're wrong, and he doesn't hit his wife in the face, specifically, is what he clarified. He doesn't hit her in the face. And that what actually happened is that he pushed her. And actually, he pushed her to save her life, actually, because her fingers were caught under the PC, and it was that's what was hurting her. That's what was making her say, ow. And him being so brave and courageous, he pushed her twice, just like
twice to do
in order to, keep her safe. His pregnant wife, by the way.
They're saying, like, the grunts make it look bad, like the way I was grunting. Brother, I promise you, brother, I don't know what else to say. Like, it's literally like...
And people just lie with a straight face, bro. People just... The way that people lie is just crazy, man.
No, I grunted in that. I mean, I grunted, but I wasn't hitting her, bro. I pushed her. That's the only thing that I did. I didn't fucking hit her. I would never hit her on her face, bro. That's fucking crazy.
How does that sound, bro? How do you sound, bro? I would never hit her on her face. So you'll hit her anywhere else, but her face is the limit. Like, that's my limit. I'm not hitting her in the face. Bro, that don't make it no better.
Crazy. She was not crying afterwards. What the hell, bro? She literally was like,
She's not crying, so it don't matter.
Literally, she was not crying. She just literally said, turn the fucking thing off. Bro, what I was saying is, if I hit her, she would have been like, yo, what the fuck? Why'd you do that for? What'd you hit me for? It wasn't one push. It was one push, bro. It was literally like...
It's so fucking ridiculous.
It's
like,
ridiculous.
What he's trying to pull here, it relies solely on people being dumb enough, delusional enough, or just genuinely not caring enough to form their own thoughts on what they can see and hear in the clip, and will instead just take his word for it. The word of an embarrassing cringe fungus that can't
like
stop raging anytime anything happens to him in his goddamn Call of Duty.
Why is you raging? Like, isn't nothing that you can yell a little bit, but bro, you don't need to do the stuff that's about to.
This guy flips out constantly, and then he starts becoming Donnie from the Wild Thorn.
That's the thing about the internet, bro. You can lie all you want, but the facts tells itself all the time. Facts is the facts.
Berries, and then like going crazy and just like punching and throwing and destroying things around his room. He has so many fucking rage moments, and in one of them, he even like charges at his wife again. But in that instance, he doesn't appear to hit her. Instead, he just like body bumps her, going for like some kind of like chest bump on her as she tries to check on him to make sure that he's still okay and hasn't given himself some kind of fucking aneurysm or blown a gasket.
You fucking stupid! Oh my god, you just got me banned. You just got me banned.
You just got yourself banned.
You just got me banned. You just got me banned. You just got me banned. You got me banned. You just got me banned. You just got me banned, dog. You just got me fucking banned.
Stop your shit. You're gonna ruin your.
I don't care. I don't give a fuck anymore. You just got me banned. You just got me fucking banned. You just got me banned.
There are just so many clips just like this one of this fucking loser. It became his shtick. Like, I'm pretty sure he tried to make this his whole brand image. I can find clips just like this.
Why would you want this to be your brand? You crashing out? Like, this is the definition of do anything for content. But this not even doing anything for content. He just such a weak person. That's just what he got to do. That's usually how it goes.
Always just freaking out constantly because he is just a maniac. Like,
I don't even know how he found this though. Like, how are you finding this stuff?
An actual lunatic person who needs to be institutionalized.
Ooh, I swear to fucking God. You think I'm not? You think I'm not? You think I'm not? You think I'm... And I just spilled it. Of course. The 5 seconds I gotta clean up. There's a... Please, on God. I don't know where my remote went. I don't know where my remote went.
Like, okay, bro.
Oh my God.
You acting like your life is on the line. Your life not even on the line.
What do I do? Chat, please help me, bro. I don't know what to do. I don't know what the fuck to do. I don't know what the fuck to do. I don't know what the fuck to do. I don't know what the fuck.
He's literally SpongeBob with the ripped pants. This is his one
literally
joke. I hesitate to call it that because he actually does just have this level of disorder where he can't control himself. He is just always having violent outbursts, but he tries to use it for his content on TikTok.
Shit. And then I come in here, and then she comes in running after me. Then I pick up the PC. I put it on top of that PC. You see that PC right there? I put it
But she was already in there though, on a clip that we seen. Like,
on top of that PC. All right, you understand? Let me put it in context, bro. So when she's standing there, I'm putting the PC on right here. Hold on, let me see. Wife, can you come record this, please? Wifey? By the way, I just wanted before I'm talking about I'm talking about everything else. Like, if I ever did hit her, which is insane, I would never hit my wife, and she's pregnant. She would have.
It looks like you can see like the fucking mark in her face from where he fucking apparently hit her, you know? Looks like she's got a fucking black eye.
Have stuff on her face. I mean, you could.
So you guys can.
literally see.
Like, what you turning around?
It really does look like that. And
You want to
his
come in the camera,
explanation
show
here
your
of, I was
face.
stacking the PC on the other PC like Lincoln Logs. You see, that's what was happening here. And then my wife came in and I needed help, and then her fingers got caught.
Like,
in
I
there,
don't
so
know how you
had to
figure
start
out them
pushing her,
lies.
you know, in order to protect her. And she was saying, "Ow!" Like it was hurting her because her fingers are under the PC and it's really heavy. It's like tungsten. It's like a tungsten block, very dense. Fucking 10,000 pounds on her fingers. I had to start just striking at her face to push her off of there.
And I basically, with the cords attached, I was trying to pick up this PC like this, Jack, and I was putting it on this PC. You understand? On this PC that I just had. Nobody saw anything. Like, it was insane. This. Laid it flat like this. Then it got on her fingers. You saw it. It was in the corner of the screen. By the way, nobody saw anything. Like, it was insane. Man saw me use one arm motion.
When did that happen?
And thought I hit her. Like, it's insane.
Listen to a story chat. I'll show you the clip. Hold on.
She had her fingers right here. And she literally, that's when she was like, she couldn't get it on the PC. So I pushed her, and she literally was saying ow because of the fucking shit was on her fingers. It was literally on her fingers. This is like I don't know how much it weighs, but it was on her fucking fingers like this.
The story doesn't make any sense.
Makes no sense.
She wasn't
bro.
saying ow until you threw your arm towards her, man. And you're saying you only
sense.
pushed her once, but you can see your arm go towards her twice, and she says ow both times. The lore there, just trying to hope that you didn't watch the clip yourself. Bro. It's just ridiculous.
Like
man.
the lies that people tell is crazy.
I swear on my life, on my soul, I'm not an abuser. We are in a happy relationship, a very happy. We're literally
Like,
married.
you could kind of even see her face. That don't mean being y'all married. That don't mean y'all in a happy relationship.
And we've been together for 5 years. Trust me, if there was something up, our whole family would know about it. I'm telling you.
No, they wouldn't.
I'm telling you, we are in such a happy relationship. She's gonna be talking about herself, by the way. I'm gonna be out of the room because I want y'all. I don't want y'all to think I'm being like that.
The skin contact that you guys are talking about, where you're hearing it, Jordan was so freaked out in that situation, and I love him, and I've been with him for 5 years. Like, when Jordan flips out, like, I mean, y'all have seen him many, many times. I mean, if he punched me, I mean, it would be very obvious. I'm very pale. Be very obvious if
we see it on your face.
Literally hit me or something. So.
She's not really saying that she's not saying he did it either.
What I normally look like all the time.
She goes on to say that if he hit her, it'd be very visible, and that the mark on her eye is just what her eyes normally look like. Now, I haven't seen a picture of them.
Like, that's what domestic violence, man. They be riding it out for a while. So, and and I know it. Like, it was happening to my mama. So, and she stayed with him for quite a long time. So, like, nah, and he obviously did it. You just trying to cover up for him. I don't know why. I guess because you got a baby with him, you feel like y'all got to stay together, but. He's disgusting, man. Like, I don't even want to look him up or whatever. Like, that's disgusting. There's no reason to crash out or be that mad or be that angry, man. Like, it's nothing that should even get you to that point. Like, what got you to that point? So, I'm gonna kind of end it right there. That part of it. Make sure you guys like, share, comment below how disgusted y'all are about that. And we can kind of move forward with that. Safari is getting shut down. I think this is the same person too.
Sora is getting.
So, Sora is shut down situation is crazy. Make sure you guys like, share, comment below. Let me know what y'all think about Sahara getting shut down. It's very crazy. And they just came out too.
Shut down, yep. I saw the good news.
He said good news.
A pretty great day. It was a double whammy because then Disney announced that they're pulling that $1 billion commitment that they had made to let OpenAI train on Disney characters. I did see that they're still tinkering with the notion of Disney having a strong AI presence, but last I saw, they're no longer doing the OpenAI deal. And that came on the back of them announcing
That's crazy that they're getting shut down.
Sora's shutdown.
A lot of businesses is getting shut down. A lot of stuff is getting shut down, honestly.
Glorious. Finally something to smile about. OpenAI.
I wonder why though. Why don't he like OpenAI? I never use OpenAI, to be honest. I think OpenAI is others, something like ChatGPT, but I'm not even sure. I might have used it and not know that I use it.
Winding down Sora, the video generation app it launched to much fanfare last year that signaled a bigger push into creative tools and social media. OpenAI is shuttering the standalone app to focus
Probably Gemini, honestly, because that's what I use to kind of make a lot of my stuff.
On other priorities. As we focus and compute demand grows, the Sora research team continues to focus on world simulation research to advance robotics that will help people solve real-world
Sora, I think, is that. Oh, Sora was that social media app.
Physical tasks. Sounds a lot better than just a lot of shitposty Sora AI videos and AI-generated anime.
Yeah. I downloaded the app for like one moment and I didn't go back on it early.
God, it's such good news. I read somewhere, and I don't know if this is confirmed, that they were losing like $10 million a day on Sora.
How was you losing that much money
and that
a day?
just put a
Is
wet
crazy.
spot in my trousers reading that.
You
Oh,
go
it's
ahead
so
and
good.
give me $10 million a day.
This must be what it felt like when my grandparents watched the moon landing. Yeah.
He petty.
Yeah, I imagine it was much of this sensation. Oh, so good.
We respect the OpenAI decision.
We respect OpenAI's decision to exit the video generation business to shift its priorities elsewhere, Disney spokesperson said. We'll continue to engage with AI platforms to find new ways to meet fans where they are while responsibly embracing new technologies that respect IP and the rights of creators. Yeah, that's a bunch of fucking hogwash there, Disney. Can't wait for the AI bros to start tweaking. I doubt they're taking it that well, but who knows? Maybe they're being very understanding of it. Let's check the OpenAI subreddit.
Let's see.
No, even they don't seem to care all that much.
Yeah,
AI generation tools are like a hydra. You cut off one head, 4 more take its place. Sora was a big head to cut
true.
off, though.
Yeah,
that is good, no matter how you spin it. Now you gotta check out r/defending AI art. Why do antis do that? AI slop. Why did you come to an AI sub then? Probably just to make fun of you would be my guess, man.
Yeah.
These are like real Redditors. Like the quintessential Redditors. Just, I can tell based off this one meme as their top post. Holy. Not gonna lie, I don't think we should correct the Sora dead AI's overcrowd. If they are dumb enough to think Sora is the only video gen AI, then let them believe it. If they think AI is truly dead, then maybe they will stop raging on the internet. Who thinks Sora is the only video generating AI? Are they fucking lost in the sauce somewhere? No one thinks that. Not a single human being on the planet thinks that. People are just happy to see Sora get the plug pulled. Also, this is a terrible meme. People 10 years ago, imagine a future where AI does everything for you. Life would be so much simpler. Today, when they see something made by AI. The idea here would be they do all the chores and shit no one wants to do, like the good use of AI.
That's not happening yet.
As opposed to just video generating celebrities screaming the N-word, or like garbage, like fat people breaking bridges or whatever.
They're definitely not happening
even
yet.
Related? Or just taking jobs from artists. If only the Fruit Love Island TikToks were made with Sora. Yeah. That would.
They just turned down a $26 million offer for their property because they don't want to see a data center built there. Local 12's David Witter spent the afternoon with these.
A little bit more than that. They were talking about how much the land means to them. They've had the land for generations. They've lived there for so long. They also use it to like feed their community and everything. So the land means more to them than the money ever could. And also, They basically just say fuck data centers. They don't want to see the land get destroyed for it. Huge W, though. Huge W.
Stay and hold and feed a nation. If it's my way, I'll stay and hold and feed a nation.
So you don't like data centers either. But it's a part of it. It's coming.
Some people might find it hard to understand how Delcia Bear can turn away a 26
It don't mean nothing though. That money is man, it's no good.
$1 million offer to buy some of her land until you spend a little time with her walking the dirt road she grew up on and in the house her daddy built.
My grandfather and great-grandfather and a whole bunch of family has all lived here
That look like the Whitaker's house.
for years, paid taxes on it, fed a nation off of it, even raised wheat through the Depression and kept the bread lines up in the United States of America when people didn't have anything else.
Delcia is one of dozens of landowners.
So good. 26 million. 26 million. I saw some intellectual.
And that's a $26 million offer. That's to tell you, land is still valuable in the right spots. That wasn't even building a building yet. They got that much money. Like, give you 26 million. I ain't even built a building yet.
Raising their pinky and saying, well, if she was smart, she would have taken the offer and then built a bigger and better farm. And I hate that perspective, man. That shit is so ass. I think her perspective makes the most sense. This land means more than the money does.
Well, I don't disagree with that either, though. Like, you can't buy it and buy some other land. But I guess it'd have been, it wouldn't mean the same thing. Like, it'd be hard to restart all the stuff that she got.
She doesn't need 26 million for a bigger, better farm. She's got the perfect farm that's been in her family for generations, does exactly what she wants, has everything they want.
Money can't buy, happiness.
Want, everything they need, everything they want to do, keep feeding the nation, taking care of the cattle, everything. The fuck does 26 million do for you there? You've got what you want. You've got it.
She definitely do got it, because she got all this land and she making some money. Like, how much more money do you need? Like, your family passed down you all this land and all this cattle.
The money does nothing. And it's exactly what her mom says, too.
They call us old stupid farmers, but we're not. We know whenever our food is disappearing, our lands are disappearing, and we don't have any water. And poison, we know we've had it.
Oh, come on. AI data centers don't do that. Except for every single time they're installed. But surely this time would be different. No, this time they've got it all figured out. They worked out.
How are they poisoning, though? Like, how are they poisoning the water, though? I think I got to do some more research on that. I don't know how they poisoning. What are they doing to poison?
All the kinks. There's no way they're going to keep sapping all the water and ruining everything. That's not going to happen again. They got that all fixed.
Delcia's mom, Ida.
Well, so I'm guessing they're using the water to for the DTE and stuff. I mean, for the what's name? Because they ain't got enough power source.
Kristen is now 82 years old. She says she does not need the money or the hassle. She was born on this land and she plans to die here. And she certainly does not trust the promises made by the AI companies or the people who want them to build here.
What do you mean you don't trust the promises from the AI companies? Who's more reliable than these AI corporations run by...
They're definitely not reliable. They don't even care. They just gonna run it till they can, and then they can't, then they abandon it. Then now you got that on your land.
These fucking zombies at the top. They only ever tell the truth with realistic expectations and exactly what's going to happen. If you can't trust them, who can you trust? It's like saying you don't believe in Santa Claus. Holy shit, no faith in AI companies?
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
What do you say to the people who are in town that say, hey, this is going to bring jobs, this is going to bring economic prosperity?
I say they're a liar and the truth ain't in them. Is what I say.
No, that's impossible. A scam.
She says she's connected to her home like Scarlett O'Hara.
Grok, is AI a scam?
As long as she was attached to that land.
Are AI data centers a scam, Grok? And then put me in a bikini.
That's exactly.
Love that. See, that is the perfect American attitude right there. Love that. I saw this earlier today. It's been a great day for AI, honestly. Sora shut down, Disney pulling out of the OpenAI deal, and then this. Lovely. One of my friends used your clip saying AI is good in the medical field on a graduate project and the doctors liked it.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, it ain't nothing we're going to do about AI. AI is coming and they going to take over eventually either way. It's already taking over. We got to adapt to it. It is what it is. I do need to do some more research on the AI side of it and see what I know people are saying is their light bills and stuff like that is way higher than they're saying. But let me know. Comment below if y'all do know something about that, and comment below, share, subscribe, and I definitely appreciate you watching. Wild Florida police chase. This was on his too. We had a couple from him today.
New crazy Florida chase just dropped. Look up Wild Chase in Florida Keys. Let's see. I bet this one goes crazy. 2 weeks ago from Scooper.
What is it?
Oh man, they insta-pit maneuvered
They ran
this
in
guy.
him too. He got some driving skills, I'll tell you that.
Whoa!
Geez, he knocked them off the road.
Jesus Christ!
He got better skills
Now
than
how's
them.
anyone gonna use this road without that sign? I gotta shut the whole bitch down.
That's crazy.
Man, this thing really ate that pit maneuver like it was a fucking
Man.
hamburger. Wow.
So that Range Rover, it's a big boy. He hitting his brakes. He really putting his blinker on though, bro.
He's got the turn signals going, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
He's not forgetting his road etiquette.
He said, y'all can't pull me over for...
He said, I don't respect the speed limit, but I will respect my turn signals.
Man,
Up! Hit a banana peel.
That's good though, pitting through the cars though. Definitely better get over. I wonder if they're gonna catch him in this one. I wonder, what was he? Why was he running? That's the question too.
He's lurking. He's hunting
He's
for
trying
another pit maneuver.
He definitely is.
I can smell it.
But that Range
he
Rover is so
wants it.
fast.
Oh, he wants it.
It's so fast. He got his
He's trying
blinker
to
on.
throw
Where
him
he
off
about to
with that
turn?
turn signal there.
He gonna hit a crazy
It's a
turn probably
ruse.
eventually.
Yep,
Oh,
he's
he
going
got
for
him.
it again. Nope, he's pulling off.
I'd have hit one of them turns. He can't though.
Can't
This is a
pit
good
on
street
this
though.
side. This guy knows it. He's familiar with the tactics.
Mm-hmm. There's a good street to do it on. It ain't no lights on this street. It's like a freeway. We ain't went past a light yet.
And that Range Rover's got some real get up and go to it.
Man, seriously, he leaving
That
him.
thing can really scoot.
Unless he just slowing down. What speed is he going? Can we see his speed?
He's lucky Steven Seagal's not in this jurisdiction. Dude will be catching up to him on foot.
Mm-hmm. We still got his blinker on. Yeah, it's a force of habit to put that blinker on. But when you get
I
that
think
straight
he's
away,
losing his
bro.
opportunity for a pit maneuver. It's getting pretty crowded now. Fire the harpoon. I was wrong. You instantly just proved me wrong. I look like a real dummy now. Oh, the legendary 0 mile per hour pit maneuver.
Mm-hmm.
What was that? It sounded like he started building something out of Legos. What happened there?
The car should have stayed there.
What the fuck happened?
To be honest, they'd have trapped him in.
Ramp that shit off of a tow truck.
I guess not.
Briefly interrupting this police chase just to let you all know the Cheeky free rinse soap is back in stock right now. Use cheeky.com. We have the best soap. Damn it, it's not enough to stop the Range Rover.
Let's see if we get.
God, what are those tires made out of? Tungsten? Dude's got the adamantium for that that real low speed pit again. Oh, they spiked him.
Did he get spiked?
Damn it, it's not enough to stop. I thought he was gonna go for that that real low speed pit again. Oh, they spiked him.
I don't think he got spiked. No
Damn
good.
it, it's not enough to stop the Range Rover.
We got some fix-a-flat in there.
God, what are those tires made out of? Tungsten? Dude's got
He
the
didn't get it.
adamantium rims.
He missed it.
This shit probably reinflated. And there's someone at the Ring doorbell at the officer's house. What
Oh, that was-
pandemonium?
Bro.
Man, this is quite an advertisement for a Range Rover, I'll tell you what.
And I'll tell you that.
This thing eats pit maneuvers, spike strips. Nothing slows it down. There's no way the
Wow.
officer's gonna pit on this side, right? That'd be ridiculously reckless. No, there's no way. Is this off? Wait, is this guy insane?
He is.
He'd send him barreling towards oncoming traffic. He'd take out an innocent bystander.
He thinking about it.
Oh,
He
they're
wants to.
splitting it. Did he? Oh, he pumped the brakes. Yep. I think he's losing speed. Yep. Looks like he got a little bump there.
Definitely a crazy
Man, this
chase.
was a really good tour of the Key Largo area. I feel like I've seen everything. Oh god, the landmines. Damn, speed bumps. Ah, shit. Oh, good heavens. Oh, boy, howdy. The country club was not expecting this level of action.
Man. I'm surprised he did this in the country club. I know he needed to whip. He could mess around and get caught in the dead end.
Good God, there's bumps. Oh, not again.
He just left back out.
The shocks can't take much more.
You gotta get back on the highway. You know what he's doing, I'll tell you
Imagine
that.
the car drove into the water and turned into a sub. Yeah, imagine he hits the fucking submersible tech. Uh-oh. He's off-roading. Man just transported to Narnia back there. That's a parked tow truck. Someone ramp it off that bitch now.
Well, he turned around. So he got to. Well, let's see.
Man, the cop was not about that guy in that vehicle. I would be beyond pissed right now that the officer just wrecked my shit for no reason. No, not the boat! Oh, God, not the boat, too!
I know they got him.
I like that the officer tried to chase him on foot there for a little bit. Man thought he was Superman for a second. Oh, God!
He said the officer tried to chase him on
He's
foot.
engaging the afterburners! He's Yep.
Hold on.
No, they're squeezing him. That tire's completely gone. He's running on rims. This is probably curtains, right?
Bro, he said, I'm not stopping, bro.
No, they're squeezing him. They're putting the squeeze on him. Yep. Kablam. Oh, wait a minute! He's engaging the afterburners! He's turbo boosting!
Ray literally did try to get out the car and try to chase him on foot. Bruh.
I like that the officer tried to chase him on foot there for a little bit. Man thought he was Superman for a second. Oh, God! Oh. If I was that guy in that vehicle, I would be beyond pissed right now that the officer just wrecked my shit for no reason.
Oh,
No, not the boat! Oh, God, not the boat, too!
Too mad about that, I ain't even gonna lie.
No! Is this an instant replay or is this still going somehow? This has to be an instant replay, right? Just a different angle?
Jeez, when that tire
Yeah,
popped up.
Yeah, we're just seeing it from the other officer's perspective, different POV. Man, they got every angle here. That truck is desperately trying to get out of the way. He's like, oh fuck. No, I've seen this movie before. Not my truck.
Please, not my truck. Yo, no parts of y'all in this car. Leave me alone.
According to a news source, the boat cost $250K and the owner bought it 20 minutes ago.
Bro,
I'm sure the officers will cover it. Yeah,
Man.
no doubt, no doubt. They'll personally reimburse him. I'm certain. It's on their to-do list. Just give them some time.
Man.
Oh man,
I'm pissed.
That's brutal. Shoved
I'll be
up
so
against
mad.
the lockers here, right into this guy's brand new boat.
I'd be so mad.
Dual prop boat, just getting manhandled,
I ain't
fresh
even gonna
off the
lie.
lot.
I'm so mad about that.
Oh, that's ear piercing. Holy, that's deep fried audio.
Who is that they got out the car?
Who's coming? Yeah, they were on standby. I swear them to come.
Can I learn a little bit about this guy? Bring him into this vehicle for an interview.
Over here across the street, like done. What do you mean? Like the engine? I don't know, man. Right between his gun, he hit me. I got in front of him and he T-boned me. Oh, shit. So crazy seeing how slow this guy was. Oh, he was unbelievable. Holy shit.
That's crazy.
Look, boys, I know what I did was wrong, but how much fun did we have driving together, huh?
Listen.
So on November 4th, deputies and state troopers said Christopher Brinkley, 23 of Great Falls, Virginia, crashed a rented Range Rover into a trailered boat
Oh, it was
in
rented.
Isla Mirada after authorities used...
You talking about he crashed? Yes. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, comment below what y'all thought about that wild chase right there in Florida. That was crazy. See, you know, we got some more AI stuff. Which I definitely feel like this is real right here. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, comment below what not to ask ChatGPT. Let's
Our story
review this
tonight,
video.
imagine this. You're sitting at your desk rehearsing how to ask for a raise. But instead of calling a friend, you open ChatGPT and type just one thing.
All the time. You better make ChatGPT your best friend. It's my best friend. So if you ain't made it your best friend yet, you better.
Pretend you're my manager, let's negotiate my salary. This is happening in real life. Gen Z is quietly turning AI into their rehearsal partner. From awkward conversations to office conflicts, even performance reviews. They're
Listen.
practicing all of it.
Everything. Why do I need to create? And I just put in what I need to put in, and It tells me what it tells me.
With a chatbot, they simulate managers, they use it for negotiation tactics, even ask for a script to go with it.
Yeah.
And why do they do that? Apparently, Gen Z likes the no judgment part of it. If you
Well, I don't even think it's that. Why think about it? Like, why use my brain that much to think about what to say, to see how somebody gonna feel? And no, take the feelings out of it. There's no feelings in it. It's just straight AI. AI don't got a feelings.
this with a colleague, they might judge you. But ChatGPT doesn't care.
I don't even think it's not even about them judging you. It's just literally about even you taking in your personal feelings out of it. It ain't about insecurities. It's just about taking the personal part out of it. Like, they just gonna tell you the respectable thing to say.
Trend. Look at this survey. It says over 50% of Gen Z already use AI at work. Nearly 3 out of 4 believe that it will reshape their job soon, so they think it is a crucial part of their work life. And not just their work life.
It is, for sure. Your personal life, business, for sure.
People are using ChatGPT for everything. Therapy, dating advice, life decisions, fashion choices, even asking questions like, am I
don't know about fashion choice.
attractive enough? Reports say it's one of the most common
I don't know about that either. Never thought about asking ChatGPT that.
questions asked. And look at the deluge of questions. ChatGPT handles 2.5 billion prompts a day. 2.5 billion prompts in 24 hours. So you can understand how much the world is already relying on bots. And it's okay to use
Which is a good thing, honestly.
AI. But here's a caveat. Just because you can ask something doesn't mean you should. So what should you never ask ChatGPT? What are those questions?
It's a good point. Let's see.
We made a list and we'll start with the obvious one. Number 1, do not ask questions involving deeply personal or sensitive data. Your passwords, your bank details, your office documents, do not put them in ChatGPT. It may sound obvious, but
Yep, but people definitely can hack it.
you'd be surprised by how many people still do it. And here's the problem with this. Once you type it in, it is no longer fully in your control. Think of AI like a cloud notebook, not a log diary. So the rule is pretty simple. If you wouldn't shout it in a crowded room, do not type it into a chatbot.
It's a good point. It's a good point.
That's number 1.
Which actually, I think she didn't say that kind of right, because some stuff you still wouldn't shout in the room. But I do get what she's saying, but I don't think that's all the way a good point, because it's like some stuff you would talk to ChatGPT about. I'm not shouting it in a crowd for the room either way. But I do understand what she's saying.
Number 2.
Stuff that you don't want to get out, don't put it in there, because it is a chance that it can come out.
Therapy and medical questions. Yes, people are using AI for therapy. In fact, one study found that it's the number 1 reason people use ChatGPT for therapy. But a chatbot
I'm surprised about that.
is not a therapist. It may give you advice that feels right, but it could be harmful for you. And yet
I'm surprised. I disagree with that.
people do it constantly. A
Because I think it can't help you a lot, honestly.
symptom shows up and they turn to ChatGPT to understand, even treat it. Now you
Not the medical advice, but the therapy part of it, I think you definitely can use ChatGPT for.
You may think, what's the harm in asking? We'll tell you what's the harm. Studies have found that ChatGPT carries a high risk of misinformation, especially on medical questions. So use ChatGPT.
The thing is, you got to understand, ChatGPT gets all this information from the internet. So everything on the internet not true. So everything that ChatGPT tell you is not going to be true.
To understand medical terminology by all means, but get your diagnosis from a doctor.
Yes.
Number 3, don't ask about illegal or dangerous things. How to hack, how to make a bomb, how to get away with murder. Don't ask these questions.
Nope, because you're going to get caught.
Because AI companies are actively monitoring for misuse, some systems can even flag suspicious behavior. So that question that you may have asked out of curiosity may land.
She actually helping y'all out.
You're in trouble. Number 4.
Which you shouldn't be doing that either way. So it shouldn't even matter if you asking the question because you shouldn't be doing it.
Conspiracy theories. AI sometimes hallucinates, which means it can generate completely false information. And it will present that false information like a fact to you. There have been real cases
AI definitely present everything like it's a fact. I'm not gonna lie.
of people going down conspiracy rabbit holes because the AI kept reinforcing their beliefs. So this is a big problem with bots. And
Because it kind of just go off of what, it kind of go off of you kind of. It gets its data from the internet, so if it's on the internet, it's not always true.
Do not use it for real human decisions. Should you quit your job? Should you break up? Confront your boss? AI can help you prepare for those situations perhaps, but it shouldn't decide for you. Because it does not know your life, your history, your relationships, your dilemma.
It don't got feelings. It don't got personal, so don't use it to make a personal decision.
It gives clean answers, but real life is messy. And I'm not saying do not use ChatGPT or whatever bot you use. Use it by all means. It's a remarkable tool. AI is clearly the future. So do use all kinds of chatbots. But don't turn them into your doctor or companion or therapist. The question was never what.
Only other one, the therapist, I do feel like it can help a little bit. But I don't really like therapy either way, so. But I do feel like that's the one thing it can help.
The question is, what should you
do? A little bit. It can't, well, I did say you can't do nothing personal, so it probably can't be your therapist.
With it? What should you share with it? And the answer more often is less than you think.
The world doesn't fit in boxes, so why should your news? From battlefields to negotiation tables, from internet outrage to real-world injustice.
That's all that's it right there. So what do y'all think about that? Name some more stuff, or I would say put some stuff that you did ask ChatGPT. Put in the comments, what do you ask ChatGPT? How much ChatGPT have helped you or any other AI bots? What's your favorite AI bot? Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, and let me know how you feel about the AI bots. What's next? Oh, the dress code. The dress code again.
It's the dining.
Guys, it's still this. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, comment below. What do y'all think about this restaurant dress code? Like I said honestly before, I really feel like you should be able to dress. I think people really need to mind their own business. This one thing I feel like is the issue with all of this is people worrying about other people too much. Just eat your food and enjoy your space. What somebody else got on shouldn't be bothering you that much to where it's just ruining your whole experience. Like, oh, this person got a hat on. I can't eat my $100 steak because this person 5-10 people away from me got a hat on. Like, oh, this person got flip-flops on. I can't eat my $100 steak next to somebody that got flip-flops on. Like, y'all are that worried about other people. Like, worry about yourself. Like, I just don't understand. I don't understand what.
Searing mad.
I cannot stand restaurants with dress codes.
Dress up to go out for dinner or keep it casual.
I just feel like restaurants should have dress codes.
It comes as one popular chain is getting heat for its dress code.
I don't understand. Like, y'all so worried about somebody else. I just feel like people need to mind their own business, eat your food, and enjoy your own space. You so worried about everybody else. Like, I don't even understand.
Ruth's Chris Steakhouse, reminding restaurant goers on its website that gym wear, pool attire, tank tops, and revealing clothing or exposed undergarments are all banned from its dining rooms.
And the thing about me, the thing about things, I understand business in this way. If you wanna work for this business, if you wanna go to this business, just follow their rules. I'm somebody that's understand that now. It took me years and years and years to understand that, but I understand it. But that don't mean I agree with it. That don't mean I 100% agree with it. Because I'm not worried about what this person got on. I'm worried about this food and how good it's about to taste and enjoying this moment. I don't understand how what somebody else got on is messing up your experience. I don't know. Why are you so worried about the next person?
They cracking down on a whole lot of stuff.
And telling visitors to kindly remove all hats or dine in the bar lounge. The policy reminiscent of a certain mob boss.
Take your hat off. Excuse me? They don't sell hot dogs here.
But experts say the effort to class up the joint is nothing new.
If you are looking to project an image as an establishment that is all about fine dining, and scattered throughout the restaurant are people who look like they just came from the gym, it's going to detract from that image.
One recent survey found diners want elevated and even Instagrammable outings, with 74% of consumers saying they have or plan to return to restaurants with a unique experience. Still, Ruth's Chris's dress code policy has started a food fight online.
Why don't we just normalize wearing regular clothes to these types of restaurants?
Piling on, casual dining competitor Chili's trolling.
Because I just don't understand. I don't understand how is it an issue, but it is what it is. I am somebody that's like, all right, your rules is your rules, and I'm not even gonna argue them. I'm not gonna debate them.
The chain online posting the only dress code at Chili's is that you have to be dressed.
Only thing. That's all.
Slightly more upscale eatery, the Cheesecake Factory. Patrons are told to come as you are, just come hungry. Still,
that's all. Just come hungry.
Some requirements leave room for interpretation, like the dreaded smart casual.
How do they know if you're dressed smart?
Like, what's that? What's dress smart?
You know if you're dressed smart.
That's the standard at Morton's Steakhouse, which bans beachwear, beanies, and baggy clothing. It comes after the transportation department landed itself in the hot seat after urging travelers to dress with respect, discouraging pajamas and slippers at airports.
What do we need to dress?
Which I don't even understand that. Like, it's somebody that it's people just got too much time on their hand, worried about the next person. If it's not something that's completely revealing, if it's not see-through, they should be able to wear it, especially at the airport. Like, I'm going somewhere, about to do something, and what if I'm going, I'm about to go to sleep. I gotta dress up to go to the airport? It's people like, how is this person in your pajamas messing up your whole day? Like, oh, this person in pajamas, like, this place is dirty, or this place is just nasty, not because this one person got pajamas on, or these people got pajamas on. The whole airport is messed up now. Like, how is that something that bothers you?
Dress up at the airport for a delayed flight?
Now, as some restaurants get on board with dress codes, more customers may need to dress up to dine out.
But I already kind of, this wasn't nothing new. That's why when you go out sometimes, you don't wear gym shoes. You got to wear slacks because you never know what restaurant you going to go in that do got that policy.
Reached out to Ruth's Chris and the other restaurants we mentioned. They didn't have any further comment beyond those cheeky social media posts. But we did ask our etiquette expert how you can avoid making any fashion faux pas. So yes, check a restaurant's website for their dress code, but also look online. Yelp reviews. You can oftentimes see photos inside a dining room, get a feel for the vibe, think about what you might want to wear to fit in with that. And sometimes you could expect better service, maybe even better seating if you're dressed the part.
You have strong thoughts on this.
Yeah, well, listen, listen, if a restaurant takes the trouble to make a nice experience, then you should reciprocate. You should dress well. And Tony Soprano, the hat thing, that was one of my dad's. That was one of my dad's pet peeves.
My dad would just look at me.
What? Oh, with the hat on?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Take that off.
No words needed.
I'm with Al on this. I just feel like, if you're going to a nice restaurant, you should dress the part. If you want to dress down, go to a fast food place.
That's right.
Here's what bothers me, though.
What's that?
If I've got my kids with me, sometimes people are wearing like T-shirts or like they have print that is not appropriate.
Exactly.
In public, like don't do that either.
Yeah, I said to a guy once, your mom's got to be so proud.
People are so worried about other people so much. Like, y'all is so worried about what somebody else got on. You think your kid noticed that? Like, they ain't even worried about that. Their heads are in their phone 9 times out of 10.
You're that guy, huh? Yeah, I'm that guy.
What's your take? These dress codes are nothing new.
Yeah.
My dad took my mom on their first date to Roost Chris about 1980, and he was definitely trying to impress her with the experience.
Yes. The problem is they don't enforce it anymore because of entitlement.
They're trying to.
You think that the customer's just entitled to everything. Well, I chose your establishment, therefore I wear whatever I want. Yeah, I can wear whatever I want. I have the money. It shouldn't work that way.
Here's what I said to Hoda earlier. If they put that out, can you imagine some of the things they must have been seeing coming that restaurant?
That's right.
They were pushed to the point.
And by the way, have you ever had a Roost Chris steak? So good, man.
Yeah, delicious.
So good.
It's like a half stick of butter.
Side cream spinach.
You know.
That Ruth, she knew what she was
Louisiana
doing.
girl.
I disagree, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Good right now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Roker, you're always dressed to the nines.
And by the way, if the restaurant has cloth napkins, odds are you should dress nice. I'm just going with that, okay? Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can...
Yeah, I for sure disagree. Honestly, don't think it's like you too worried about the next person, and that's really a lot of times what it is. You worried about it and looking at what the next person got on. Just enjoy yourself in your moment. Like, why are you worried about what this person got on? It's bothering you that much, you know? But I guess it is bothering people that much. It's an issue. You ruined my date because you got a hat on. My whole date is ruined because that person got a hat on. It's ruined. It ruined my experience. All right. Okay. Okay. Fine. I understand that this person with some gym shoes on, my steak is ruined. My date is ruined because this person walked over here with some gym shoes on. This person walked in here with some gym shoes. He ruined my date. This is the worst experience I had at this restaurant because he had gym shoes on. All right. That's cool. More power to y'all. So I'm going to leave it at that. Comment below what y'all think about this restaurant dress code stuff. It's nothing new. Let me know what y'all think. And comment below, subscribe, and make sure you tune in to the content. All right, what's next? Oh, we got another. What's the name? We got another.
Y'all, is it just me? Or since DEI cuts, y'all ain't been able to get no job? Or is it just me?
I don't even know what DEI is, to be honest.
Because I do live.
Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, comment below, and let me know what y'all feel.
In a little small town. It's like a little small military town in North Carolina. And it's like really nothing out here. They don't even have a Target. Like, but I have applied to like 5 jobs, and then like they either.
Well, that's the issue right there. Like, you answered your question already. You in a small town. That's your issue. Definitely it ain't no jobs out there because you're in this small town. So that's your issue. Go to a big town. It's jobs everywhere out there. Yeah, you said it ain't even no Target out there. So yes, depending on how many people in your town, I need more context on the story. Yeah, it ain't about to be. Yeah, you need to be highly qualified, or it ain't even about being qualified. You need to be connected.
Don't call me back and don't give me no explanation. Like, I will email them like, hey, can I have some feedback? Nothing. Okay, so I'm like, I need to move to Arizona. I need to get out of this little small city. I want to move back to Arizona anyway. And I feel like Arizona gonna have more jobs. It's more populated. Like, it's more, businesses, so therefore more jobs. So I've been applying to jobs in Arizona. I applied for the Carvana because Carvana, it seemed like a good job. You start off at like 20, then you go to 21, 6 months you're 22, and then you get like 50% raise of that. So I didn't apply to Carvana 3 times. Carvana denied me like the next day for customer service representative. I applied for more positions. They didn't deny me on the other positions yet, but they denied me for customer service like same day, next day.
I don't know what you putting on these applications.
But at least they did email me and say, hey, we have more qualified people, so we're going to get it to somebody else. They did send me a little email, like, unlike North Carolina.
Well, that explains.
Carolina who just do nothing. But they did send me a little email. It's like, okay, maybe they got somebody with a degree for that job or whatever. But I know the economy is bad and people are looking for jobs.
You better start real low level and work your way up. That's the hint.
But it's like, bro,
how you gonna try to go in a manager?
If you are in Arizona, because I mean, also I live in North Carolina.
And you're not in Arizona yet, so yeah, you put on your application your address. No, they don't want you yet. You can't even get to them. They don't even know if you about to live there yet.
Apple was hiring in Greensboro, but that's like 40 minutes from me. Like I said, like everywhere that's hiring is like 40 minutes from where I live.
You talking about these places? Like you trying to get an experience, and we need to know what type of college stuff you got now at this point. The type of jobs you applying for.
And I don't have no car right now, so that's not gonna work. At least I can go to Arizona and like.
Exactly. You explaining you if you put this on the application, what do you think they're gonna say? You're not in their city. How are you getting to our city? You don't got a car right now either. Like you telling.
I catch a bus. I don't have no shame. I catch a bus to work. At least they got a bus route, and you know whatever the case may be. So I'm like, maybe I should just go there, boom, move there, use my little couple thousand, move there. If I can't get no car, boom, I'll take the bus. That's cool. My sister stay out there. I think my mama be out there. My mama might move out there too. So I'm just like, boom. But if y'all live in Arizona, send me some jobs who's hiring, because I'm trying to be there. My lease up in June. It's already April. It's already, like, baby, I like to round up. It's already April. I got to get the ball rolling.
Oh man, the level of ghetto.
This is definitely a lot to unpack. I don't like that. I don't like when people say level of ghetto. I don't like that, but.
Oh, it's crazy. Y'all be sending me the wildest videos to react to and to give my thoughts on. And so she says she applied to 5 jobs, and then she applied to Carvana and some customer service jobs, and she wasn't able to get them. So now she's saying since DEI has been eliminated, that means that she hasn't been.
Oh, I know what DEI is, yeah.
Been able to be as efficient as.
Which I feel like it's a good. I don't think it's a bad thing, because if you ain't qualified, you ain't qualified. But it ain't all about qualifications. It's about connections, and we always knew that. The UI, I guess, helped a little bit in that sense of it, to where, you know, they had to, but it is what it is. You don't want to be in an environment where they're forced to hire you, because it's not going to go right. Like, I don't want to be somewhere where they're forced to have me there. Have me there because you want me there.
She normally would be and securing employment. I got a lot of questions like, what was your last employment situation? And why did you move out there to North Carolina or South Carolina in the middle of nowhere in the first place? Those are my first questions. The next questions that I have is not even related to the video or the subject matter itself, but why do y'all talk with a bonnet on y'all videos and then y'all drop that for the public? I do not get it.
Well, because they can, because they social media, they can do whatever they want to do whenever. Why can't they wear a bonnet? You want them to be perfect. Like, you're the type of guy, I guess, that they gotta have makeup on. They gotta be dialed down to talk to the internet. They talking to the internet. You can do whatever you want. Somebody gonna say whatever they feel, but you ain't gotta be dialed up to talk to the internet. You're talking to the internet.
Before I even jump on camera, the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is I brush my teeth. Y'all don't even be looking like y'all brush y'all teeth. Y'all don't look like y'all care.
You gotta be perfect.
And I know that y'all speaking to y'all own demographics, so y'all don't really care what I say. It don't really matter what I say.
Yeah.
I'm feeling you. But baby girl, those are rookie numbers. You're going to have to put more effort into finding a job if you are looking for a job. They're not just going to hire.
I agree with him on that part of it, but on the part of you shouldn't have to do all that to get on to be on the internet.
You just because you or just because you live in close proximity. That's not how it works. You're gonna have to compete. And so what do DEI have to do?
And the thing it is, she got to compete because she in a small town. That's why you go in big towns where you don't got to compete that much and work your way up.
With your ability to get a job, do you think that you're supposed to just automatically get the job because you're a black woman? Because you're supposedly a double minority or something like that? I don't get what the mindset is with the people that are seeking these positions and seeking these jobs. It's like they're not really putting in the effort that they need to get.
And I honestly agree with that, because is really I don't agree with. I agree with it on a say of you don't want that job. If they gotta hire you because that's the rule and stuff, they don't want you there. You don't want to work somewhere that you're not wanted and they're forced to have you there. You don't want that.
Get to the place that they really need to be at, and you're just gonna have to put more effort into yourself. And let me also give y'all a caveat, because I talk about this on the Millionaire Morning Show, and I'm gonna talk about it a little bit tomorrow. Is y'all got to clean up y'all social media if you're still trying to be out here getting a job and getting a position. One thing that I know that a lot of hiring managers do at some point in the hiring process is they go and they research your social media. And I know some of y'all think that, oh man, I don't have my real name on here. Yes, it is very, very easy to tie in and figure out what somebody's social media profile looks like or what they're communicating.
Yeah, no, depending on how off your name is from your name, it ain't that easy.
And that is the fastest way that they're able to eliminate you, in addition to...
But you definitely should clean up your social media, though. That's a good idea.
You not really being available for the jobs that they need you to be available for, even if you come in person. So if y'all jumping on social media and y'all crashing out and y'all looking crazy, you going to get what it is that you deserve. Or they may just not say anything and you don't even realize the reason why you didn't get the position that you felt like you earned.
The job,
especially in this day and age, they are definitely doing extra research depending on how big the position is, for sure.
market is a fucking joke right now. Why are minimum wage jobs acting like Fortune 500 companies? I'm a stay-at-home mom. I want something 1 or 2 days a week to get me the fuck out of this house. These jobs are diabolical and they do not deserve us. Why are minimum wage jobs asking me to take a 30-minute assessment, write a cover letter, interview multiple fucking times, sell my soul for what? $16 an hour? Are you unwell? And then
rules is rules. Whatever, I don't know what minimum wage job you applying at that you gotta do all that for, but rules is rules.
I'll see jobs that are like $23 to $25 an hour. In my opinion, still not that much fucking money. And they're like bachelor's degree required. For what, bitch? To open up Excel? Be so serious right now. Not to toot my own horn, but I have a killer fucking resume. I have history in admin, in insurance, in corporate, customer service. I am well-rounded and I know how to fucking work. And you're telling me to type in a spreadsheet I need a degree? Babe, I could build your fucking spreadsheet. I could run your system, train your staff, and probably fix your whole business structure for being...
Then why don't you? These women, they have some of the worst attitudes that I've ever seen in my entire life. They first lead with curse words on social media. She expects for somebody to hire her for 1 to 2 days out the week when most people want somebody that is available for at least 40 hours, let alone coming into the job. She feels as though her resume is killer, but she can't find a job. And I always say that the proof is...
No, for sure. Like, you gotta... No, that's 100%. Don't assume nothing. Like, you gotta assume that yours is nothing, because if you ain't getting hired back to back, it ain't nothing. Like, you feel like it's killer because that's what you feel and your people telling you it's killer. No, they don't feel like that.
So if you can do it, then do it. Show us how awesome you are. Show us why you are the perfect candidate, or build your own business. We don't need you to restructure anything. Everybody feels as though their resume is killer above everybody else.
And you don't know how to build a business, because building a business is not easy. Like, it's not for the weak-hearted. They don't even know how to build a business. Like, the person that's building a business barely know how to build a business. So you think you gonna walk in and know how to? No, you're not at all. Don't even have that type of ego. That's a crazy ego.
Don't even worry about it. Just cook up, baby girl, and let us see what you got. Because everybody just, I wish that these people that always have some of the most to say about whether they could.
It's all about ego, though. Like, you got to drop the ego. You're applying for their position. Understand that. Drop the ego and join the system. And that's what I've learned over the past few years. Like, drop the ego. Like, learn their system. Start from the beginning. You're at the beginning. You're not at the top. No matter if you used to have a top or you feel like you at the top.
Could or they should get a position. I wonder if they've ever actually built something to where they can hire somebody else for a job or for a position. Or is it only one way? You see what I'm saying? Like, everybody has the ability to do it, or everybody talking about what they can do or what they is about, but very rarely do you see that actually showcased in real time, in real life, from people that are building and producing. So I would like to see y'all do it. Like, I want to see these women.
It's definitely not as easy as you think. Like, it's not at all.
Really cook up, get the jobs that they want, take care of the business that they say that they can take care of, display it, show it, and
because you're thinking about it on a one-sided. Like it is very hard to build a business. Like the ego. Like, you got to drop the ego.
You only want to do 1 or 2 days a week, so it's going to be very difficult to hire you anyway. Don't nobody want to deal with that unless you get into a nonprofit, or you're doing a church, or you're doing some volunteer. Like, if you're just trying to get out the house because she's acting like the money is not a big deal, then just go and volunteer somewhere and go and be productive in that way.
Honest. Serious question. What the hell is going on?
I know it's not just me, but is anybody else applying for jobs and not hearing anything back? And I'm not surprised, because in February alone, the United States lost 92,000 jobs, and they were expecting us to gain 126,000 jobs. And now unemployment is sitting at 4.4%.
Like, where does they get these numbers from, to be honest?
And people want to keep saying the economy's strong. But if the economy is so strong, why does the job market feel like a ghost town? Because if you're out here applying for jobs, you notice something really strange. There are plenty of job postings out there, but the companies act like they're not really hiring. And until the government and the job market gets itself together, we're going to continue to see this decline. So I want to ask, have you all been impacted by the job market lately? Are you applying and getting nowhere? Or are you actually like seeing some progress? And if you're seeing progress, let us just know how you're doing that. Because I'm telling you, I'm not seeing any progress. Just
you're dropping that pride.
A whole bunch of I applied.
Well, listen, again, I think that I feel like I need to get out there and prove it. You know what I'm saying? Even though I don't really have the capacity, even though it's not really in my repertoire right now, I feel like I really need to get out there and prove it somehow. But that's neither here nor there. That's a whole nother conversation. The main thing that I'm seeing, though, is I'm seeing this from women. I'm not largely seeing this from men. I'm not seeing guys too much complain about the job market. I do see some white guys here and there that jump on the internet and talk about how much they miserable in their life. They're not necessarily complaining about the job market as much, but I do see some miserable white guys, some liberal white guys that you know is mad at.
Yeah, they dropping that ego. Like, you got to drop that ego. Like, they want certain positions, and you got to be qualified for them certain positions. It's not just about to fall in your lap. So make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, comment below. Let me know what y'all feel about this topic. And let us know if you are getting jobs or if you're not getting jobs. Let us know. I appreciate you for watching.
Hey everybody, Peach here, and today we're going to take a look at the Speediant Gym Monster 2, which is an all-in-one
this is one of the things I discovered.
Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, comment below. If you think the Bible is fake, you need to see this. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, comment below, and let me know about this video. I haven't watched it yet, but we're going to watch it together. And let's see what he's talking about.
When I went through that new atheist phase was that really everybody kind of agrees that there was a guy called Jesus from Nazareth and that he was a real historical person. I guess the part in dispute was whether things like his resurrection actually happened or whether he was just a spiritual leader back then, like we have spiritual leaders today. And I think one of the things that I got really stuck on when I was reading about Jesus in the Bible was there appears to be quite a significant gap between his life, his death, and then the writings that go into the Bible. And for me in my head, I was like, well, if something happened in my life 50 years ago, I'm only 33, but if something happened 50 years ago, I would not be able to recount it. Frankly, I can't recount what happened last week accurately, let alone like decades ago. You must have heard this argument before.
Yes.
How do you square the circle here?
So there are a few things going on. First, we live in a hyper-literate culture. We are writing everything down.
The ancient world was far less of a literate culture. They were an oral culture. These stories would have been passed in large groups at time frames, especially if we're talking about the biographical material of Jesus is actually written in a closer time frame than the majority of anyone else in the ancient world.
What was that gap?
It's about 40 to 60 years.
So I really want to, I imagine there's some people listening that have probably never read the Bible, and I really want to explain to them like what this book is in the simplest terms. I can open your Bible?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So is there like chapters in here?
Yeah, so the Bible is, though we now have it in one book, is 66 books written over a period of about 1,600 years on 3 different continents by close to 40 different authors in 3 different languages.
Gee.
So I've just opened your Bible.
Yep.
And there's one section that says the Old Testament. There's another section that says the New Testament.
Mm-hmm.
What am I looking at? Like, is this God's words? Is this a bunch of people's stories that have been compiled together? What is the Old Testament? What's the New Testament? What's the difference?
Yeah, so the Old Testament is the Hebrew scriptures. So that's the scriptures of the Jewish people.
Okay.
So that is, it starts in what's referred to as the Torah, which are the first 5 books.
That's interesting. I definitely didn't know that. We learning something today. They cooking up.
Or the 5 books of Moses. And then that goes in a time frame all the way up to the period of the Persians.
So that's a certain time frame?
Yes.
And they've gone and collected.
I don't know which one I'm reading right now. He said it's been written over 1,600 years. And they put that all in the Bible. In a...
books from that time frame, with writings from that time frame?
Yeah, so the ancient Jewish people had, and remember, all of these books, they would have circulated as independent writings.
Okay.
So we start to see things like this happen in the 4th century. Prior to that, everything's in...
Man, you talking about a biography. Or, a biography of something. Boy.
Independent scrolls. So there's an understanding when even you get them all sort of put in one unit, that would have contained the scriptures, the Word of God, more so than like this is the Word of God.
The reason why I am...
Yeah. I used to say that though too. Like, it's people, what they opinion on what they read.
Unapologetic and very open about my total naivety is because often in these conversations, you end up kind of preaching to the choir.
Sure.
If you know what I mean. And there's a huge amount of people, especially younger people, that went through that new atheist movement, were maybe born in the 2000s, that are now 26 years old.
Right.
That have never read the Bible, have never even opened one, have no idea what it is. They just think it...
I'm reading the Bible now. I'm on my journey. I'm on, with the app, I'm on like day 220. But when I was younger, I did study I was learning from some church people too, from the Bible. So I've always dipped and dabbed from it. So I knew it, but I'm learning more now.
It's this kind of like book of stories.
Yeah.
But these, the first, you call these books, I was thinking of...
My favorite is Luke, though.
Them like chapters. The first one in the Old Testament is Genesis. Who wrote Genesis? Was that a guy or was that God?
So the idea is, in Christianity, the terminology is what's called verbal plenary inspiration. So verbal, it's spoken. Plenary, it's like written down and then inspired. So there are human authors to all these books.
Okay, so humans wrote these chapters, but they were inspired by...
Or all man-made. Man-made is always take what they hear and put it in their words.
God.
So yes, so the understanding, so in the Bible itself, Peter says that men spoke as they were carried.
But I feel like if you read the Bible, you know that it wasn't God itself speaking. It was somebody else, because they always kind of say who it is and they tell the story.
Along by the Holy Spirit. So they
say this, he said this to me, he spoke to me, yada, yada, yada.
Historical context to all of these, like the history of this period of time of the nation of Israel as they were being led by particular rulers.
And where does Jesus show up?
Jesus is the New Testament.
If someone's never read the Old Testament, what is that about? It's just describing the time?
It's a bunch of different things. There's a whole bunch of genres of literature. So some of it is history, some of it is poetry, some of it is what's called wisdom literature.
And who decided that it looks like there's about 40 books in the Old Testament?
39 books that are in the Old Testament.
Who decided that?
Jeez.
those were going to be part of the Old Testament, because I'm sure that there was lots of other writings at the time that
and then they shrunk that down to so many pages. They put that in pages. They made 40 books into maybe 20, 30, 40 pages or less than that.
Have been included.
Yeah. So by the time that Jesus is around, there's approximately an agreement of what is considered scripture.
By who?
By the Jews themselves.
So the Jews decided which 38 books to put in?
Yes. So you have conversations by individuals, like there's a guy named Josephus who is writing at the end of the 1st century. Part of what he argued...
Yeah, I don't know who that is. I don't think I ever heard of him. Comment below if y'all heard of him. Like, share, subscribe.
...is that the Jewish people don't have kind of an innumerable number of religious texts like the Greeks do. They have a specific number, and he uses this terminology that they were laid up in the temple. So the idea is that, you know, these are the books, they're housed in the temple, and they're a set number. And he gives the number of the same number of letters in the Hebrew alphabet, 22. So you usually see this 22 or 23 number, but they group them differently. And he gives an argument that one of the reasons that we can find a timeline for what the Jews consider scripture is, he says, there's nothing written before Moses, and there's nothing written after the time of Artaxerxes.
Nothing written before or after.
Xerxes, which is the Persian Empire. So the book of Esther in the Bible is that time period.
I don't know what that is either. I don't think I probably heard it, but I don't know.
So though there are writings after that, there's this agreement that the voice of God in, say, the prophets giving a thus saith the Lord statement, like communicate.
But that's why the beginning of the Bible, it is just telling you, it's describing the time. It's describing the time. Like, that's what he's saying. The Old Testament is really just describing the time. It wasn't really written. It wasn't even, it was written, but it wasn't even, it wasn't people telling their story and telling what they going through.
Communicating messages to the people of Israel has ceased. But the Jewish canon, though there's like a closing of it, there's a soft closing, there's an idea that there's going to be a new covenant. God's going to make new promises with his people. And so there are going to be more writings.
Okay, so my understanding of that is that he made the case that God is no longer communicating with people to write these books.
At least that there was a stop point at Malachi. So it's sometimes referred to as the 400 years of silence for that reason.
From the point of Jesus' death.
I remember in the Bible when they was saying he stopped.
What book from the New Testament is written last, and how big is that gap?
That's a debate.
Okay, what's the debate?
So the debate. So it's a question if John's gospel is written before 70 AD or after 70 AD, and if it's written after 70 AD, it's written in the 90s. So it's written pretty far afterwards.
How many years?
So if Jesus dies in 33.
Okay, so about 60.
Yeah.
Okay.
33. Is that just 33?
Fine.
Yeah.
33, and we at 2000? That's crazy.
So at minimum, I think, like 99% of historians, biblical...
And he only made it to 33?
Scholars, classicists, would argue that the 27 books...
When did they start counting?
...of the New Testament are written in the 1st century. And so in that sense, they're in the lifetime of the eyewitnesses to a certain degree. And there's evidence even within some of the Gospels where you have these names thrown out kind of randomly. And part of the thinking of that is that this is like citing your sources. At one point, when Jesus is carrying the cross to Golgotha, he kind of stumbles and they get another person to carry his cross for a little bit. And that person is Joseph of Arimathea. Well, one of the Gospels names one of Joseph of Arimathea's son by name. And the thinking is that this is probably someone who's well known within the early Jesus community. And the purpose of naming that person randomly is to say, he's actually well known, go ask him.
I mean, logically, there's quite a risk of Chinese whispers to some
degree.
As you were speaking, I was trying to think about things that I experienced when I was younger, like with my like grandmother before she passed away, and I was trying to like.
This is deep. People don't know the know on this. They just read what they know. Like, we so far away from knowing the know. Like, that's a long time ago.
Accurately recount those memories.
Yeah.
I was thinking of like going to her house, and then I remember one day she gave me some money.
Because when do they start counting? Do they count from the beginning? Is one?
But I can't remember what she gave it to me for, and I can't remember how much she gave me. I know she put it in a card, and this was only like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And so if I was to write about that today, I would be filling in some gaps.
Definitely.
Especially, this is the other thing that I always struggled with, is like, especially in a world where we didn't understand science. Now, my grandmother like put it in a card, and it was like I opened it, and the way she did it was often as a surprise. So in a world where I like didn't understand physics or science, I might have concluded that my grandmother did something like magical. You know, at a time when we didn't understand anything about like really much about the nature of the universe and planets and the solar system and physics. So is that a risk that some of the things that have been transmuted via God into this book in front of me are prone to Chinese whispers and or just like a lack of
Yeah, that's interesting. Like, how much was lost in the sauce of, 30, 40 years and then it was written after 30, 40 years. That's even more.
Understanding about the nature of the world, like the resurrection, for example.
Yeah. So this is in my field referred to as mythological drift. So how do we factor in making sure that mythological drift doesn't happen? I think there are a couple things related to what you said. First off, I think I would be careful in trying to ascribe the ancient world as being pre-scientific and therefore largely, say, ignorant. I mean, even when the angel comes to Mary in the gospel story and says, you're going to be with child, Mary's objection to the angel is a scientific one. I haven't met the minimum requirements
It was.
of how babies are made. Therefore, I can't be pregnant, right? So she's not dumb, right? She's not just at face value accepting that, well, I believe in angels, and so, this kind of magic thing can happen. She's still objecting scientifically, even though she might not have the terminology to understand, like, the complexities of childbirth and embryology and all of that. So I would say, this is what the writer C.S. Lewis calls chronological snobbery, that he says, we need to be careful of not to ascribe the ancient world as being more ignorant and stupid than just because we are a product of the Enlightenment and we understand scientific things now. The second thing is, I think the Chinese whispers, or the telephone game, or whatever you call it, is a good kind of case study. I think where it falls short is that if you play the...
But we're gonna kind of stop right there. That's a lot of this is very interesting. They're talking a lot of stuff right here. We didn't have a whole lot of conversation because we don't really know a lot about this, but I wanted to listen to it and hear it. So, guys, comment below, subscribe, like, let me know what you kind of know about the Bible, and let me know if you guys want me to finish this or any other topics we should dig into. And I definitely appreciate y'all for watching this video, and make sure you come back and check us out. What's next? What is next? I know we still got some more topics. The simple way to make money from AI. It's the simple thing.
Homeowners, does your house need repairs and you...
Giving us all these ads right now.
We'll give you a fair
Let's bring this back to
reality.
We had to watch another one of his videos. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, comment below the simple ways to make money from AI right now. We got to figure that out. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, comment below. Let us know how y'all like this video. Let's see.
The reality of the person listening and the pressing questions they have about all this stuff and what they should do. Is there anything else that you would give people that are listening right now in terms of advice to be able to weather the incoming turbulence that the CEO of Anthropic describes there?
Yeah. Look, the things that I know are good for people is I really believe that everyone should build a little bit of a personal brand. So a personal brand means
That's 100% true. We all got to build a personal brand. Personal brand is to be sold nowadays, and that's how you get everything now. You get everything from your personal brand. When you got a personal brand, it makes life so much easier.
That 2,000 to 20,000 people know who you are. They know what you do. They know you.
And that's what we're trying to get to.
What your experiences are like. They could approach you about an opportunity that would be a good opportunity. So build a bit of a personal brand. Don't be invisible in this particular time, because, you know, it is one of your assets, which is to take some of your...
Definitely do not be invisible.
...knowledge, some of your playbooks, and to let people know that that exists. So I think build a bit of a personal brand. Second one is have a go at entrepreneurship, right? Join an entrepreneurial team, do an entrepreneurial side hustle, read some entrepreneurial books, watch some entrepreneurial...
Yeah, because it is tough. It is tough, but the world is going that way. You got to realize that we love Simplify. Like, Simplify is what makes the billions and billions and billions of dollars, and the world chase the money. So the world is always going to continuously get simplified. So we have to adjust to everything being simplified.
Videos that are out there, start the process of thinking, okay, the school system taught me to be a standardized employee, a standardized labor. The school system wanted me to fit in with an office or a factory. But actually, there's this whole other way of creating value, which is non-standardized, called entrepreneurship. This is spotting opportunities and coming up with solutions to it. So, you know, play around with the game, even if it's a small game. Like, you might notice that there are dirty cars on the street, and you might say, you know what, I'm going to go and knock on doors and wash the cars and see if I can make a couple of $100 in a day, because I've seen an opportunity, I've seen something that's wrong, and I'm going to go and have a go at fixing it.
A lot of founders are telling me, Mark Cuban said the other day that one of the great opportunities now is catering for the gap between small business owners that don't know how to use AI and helping them learn how to use AI.
Yeah, huge, right? Join a founder team and help them do that. As I said as well, 65% of all the businesses by valuation are people over 65 now. So there is a mathematical certainty that 2/3 of the businesses that run the economy by valuation have to change hands in the next 10, 15, 20 years.
Mm-hmm. And they don't even know.
So this is a massive business opportunity. Baby boomers want to get rid of their businesses. They want to retire. Baby boomers are willing to fund you.
So it's saying you need to buy somebody's business. But nah, them, a lot of times they giving them business to their kids, cousins, to somebody that's in the business.
You buy their business if you present yourself well, if you've got a little bit of a personal brand. So that's a huge opportunity. So look into that.
Yeah, he just said something that was huge. That's why that's why literally like that's literally my main focus right now is building a personal brand, like, because it's so huge, so huge.
You know, Cody Sanchez, a mutual friend of ours, she talks to people all the time about how to buy a baby boomer business and take it over and run it. So, you know, that's a great opportunity. Play with these toys called AI tools. Someone has given you a free iPhone, which...
Definitely, man. Definitely. Learn these tools. Play with these tools. All of them. ChatGPT, shout out to... That's my favorite one.
You can just use, called AI tools on the free account.
That is such good advice that we don't hear enough. Because I think people think there's where I am right now in my life and what I do, and then there's like Sam Altman and Elon Musk. And I'm one or the other. But actually, what I'm seeing as an employer who's employing, we probably employ, I'd say 20 people a month at current rate. We're hiring 20 more people a month. Is increasingly, on our culture test when we're screening who the right candidates are, we're looking for some kind of evidence that they're playing or messing around with AI.
Yeah.
And one of my team members she was trying to figure out how to get 100 different documents to synthesize and understand the data within these documents. Now, there's two types of people I can hire to do that. There's the old-fashioned way of doing that, where someone might sit there for 4 or 5 weeks and trying to figure out how to get an Excel document to have the right formulas. And then there's her, who we hired, even though she doesn't have skills in that particular thing, she has no experience in it. But because of her mindset and her agency, she went, maybe I could put this into Claude Co-work and set up an agent to run this for me. By the time dessert came, She pulled her laptop over to me and showed it to me. And she goes, Stephen, I've ran all those hundreds of documents into this file, and I can see the sentiment on every single post you've made on every single social platform, including every LinkedIn post you've made over the last couple of years. And we can see that actually, even though these posts get more likes, these ones are actually the best posts you're doing. She did that by dessert.
Yeah.
And I thought, isn't that interesting? How do you find...
You gotta use AI. Like, what are, like, bruh, like, that's nuts. That's nuts, and I need to use it better. I definitely need to use some AI more and better.
People who have that bias in the modern world, where they lean into change.
It's
She's
curiosity,
not technical,
isn't it?
Yeah, it's curiosity, but there's also something which is like, and being fluid about your identity and what you know.
Yes.
Which is, she has no experience in that.
Dropping the ego. I think in this world to really go, far, we have to drop the ego. Like, I'm learning to drop my ego more and more every day. Like, drop the ego, because that's going to get you further than the ego.
But I can try.
I can try.
And the one thing for anyone watching or listening is that don't use AI as a search tool. Don't use it the way you used it a year ago. Give AI your hardest problem and say, hey, help me to solve this problem. So, for example, you might say, I'm really struggling with these areas of my life. Here's all the data. Here's all the information. Here's the PDF documents. Here's the backstory. Help me solve this. Help me write it. What kind of piece of software might I be able to use to build here? I'll give you a real example. One of our team members used AI to analyze all the sales.
That's nuts. That's so smart. I ain't gonna lie. That's crazy. Like, use AI to solve your hardest problem. Whenever you're going through something that's crazy work-wise, or if you stuck, you put in an AI and have them solve it, and y'all run through some
calls for the last 3 months and discovered a huge opportunity. What they discovered is that 75% of all of our sales calls, the person who we were on the phone to mentioned that their spouse was a decision maker and that they needed to talk to their spouse, and that decision making, because it was a family business and that there was either a spouse or a family member. There was no point in our process where we invited collaboration with other family members. So none of our sales calls said, do you want to bring someone along to the sales call? Like, would you like to have someone do that? The AI analyzed it, discovered that opportunity, wrote a script as to how to invite people onto the call so that you get all decision makers on the call. And now our sales conversions are going up dramatically.
That's so smart.
Wait, I need you to show
Before
me.
you even get to the point, like, you just like, hey, do you want to invite anybody else to the phone? Is genius. I'm not gonna lie. That's such a good idea.
In terms of the employment market of what we're seeing is certain people have a positive relationship to disruption and technology and change. They get excited by it.
You gotta know when to make that call though, but that's smart.
Others fall into cognitive dissonance where they get so concerned that it's going to take out their business that they ostrich head in the sand.
Mm-hmm.
And then these other people have this inherent figure-out ability. I could say to a certain team member of mine, here's a big problem. And they would grab onto this big problem, and even though they have no proficiency in data or technology or AI they'll plug away at it on a computer and they'll figure it out. And they'll use all available tools, not their identity, what they learned in university, or their experience as the only tool in the toolbox.
That's the difference between employee mindset and entrepreneur.
That's why he said.
Mindset. Entrepreneurs see problems as opportunities. They get excited by problems and they apply the entrepreneurial process. And employees say, hey, wait a second, I was never trained for this. I was never told how to do this. I was not given the rule book for this. So therefore, I'll just ignore it. I'll stay away from it because problems, it's not my problem. And this is the big fundamental shift. We need to say, hey, problems are great. We want problems. And is this problem for me? How would I test my assumptions? How would I build something quickly and cheaply? How would I then test that? How would I then scale that, right? And it's just those kind of few steps that if you embrace those entrepreneurial steps, then life becomes great.
I have a contrarian.
That's true. That's true. That's so true.
Take that. I think writing is actually more important now than ever before, because writing is a proxy of understanding. And in a world of AI, what I'm finding when I look at like my innovation teams or where breakthroughs are coming from in my company, it's actually someone had a really good question.
Yes.
So they were like, could we theoretically analyze all of our sales calls using Claude to see if there's something interesting in there. Now that starts with someone understanding sales calls, understanding the tools that allow you to analyze them. They have lots of reference points. They understand lots of variant things. And that means they ask a really great question. So for me, one of the ways that I've been able to understand more things is to write more often about them.
Can I go one step further?
Yeah, please.
And that is a process called pause, reflect, document. And pause, reflect, document, if you do it correctly, you go into nature, away from noise and away from technology, and you take a pen and a paper and you sit in nature on a bench and you just pause and just let some boredom set in. You reflect on what's going on. You try and zoom out
No, that's
to the bigger picture. You do some journaling and you do some dot connecting where you say, what are some of the dots that have happened in the last 5 years? What are some of the bigger picture?
You think about it, you get deep in it, get deep in your thoughts with it.
Impacts that I've made? What are some of the problems that I've struggled with? What if this was possible? What if that was possible? We live in this incredible fast-paced world where the one thing that no one allows themselves to do is to pause, reflect, document with a pen and paper.
Yeah, we ain't got time.
And those people who I know who are doing incredibly well are doing more and more of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. I mean, you're one of them. You're a person who's, I mean, look at this.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a lot of books.
That's my head.
But you tweet every day, you post every day, you're constantly experiencing something in the real world, writing it down to develop your thinking, which Richard Feynman talks about the process of understanding.
That's the one thing I don't do. I'm not big on writing down, but you know, you can take notes on it and do other things besides. I feel like writing down and saying it in your notes, or you know, saying it, getting it out your head is good too, but I ain't where they at either, so.
Where you learn something, condense it so an average person can understand it, then you share it with the world to collect feedback on that thought. He said that's the fastest, best way to learn.
Yeah.
But actually in a world of AI where ChatGPT can do all of that for me, we're deferring our ability to sort of condense, compress and understand to an AI because we think it's creating an efficiency gain or a productivity gain in the near term. Like maybe today's email will save you 30 seconds, but the tax you're paying, I think, is an understanding. And understanding is a proxy of, therefore, you know, writing great questions. I find myself writing more. I wrote a memo I was up till 2 a.m. last night writing a memo about my own industry. Which
means you were up late thinking.
Yeah.
You were thinking clearly, and that was what you were really doing. A great question I want people to reflect.
No, that's real, though. I actually like that, dude. What do y'all think about that? Do we need to write more? I think it's person to person, because some people that works for them and they got the skills to be able to do that, and you could work on them skills, but we all learn and do things at different paces too. So I feel like that can just come with, you know, talking more and, you know, journaling more with voice journaling, voice memos and stuff like that. That's how I feel like I do it. But I do see what he's saying on having AI do it for you. It kind of leaves the question out because the AI already answered it for you. You didn't have to read it. But I feel like you read it and then you get AI to do it, and then you figure out what's the best answer from AI. So that's where I'm at with this. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. Comment below what you think about this right here and how AI can help us, and we can go from there. I appreciate you guys for watching. What is our next video? Okay, guys, this is just the beginning. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. Comment below what y'all think about this.
I think it's fair to say the war in Iran affecting Strait of Hormuz is impacting everybody around the world financially, but here's the one question that no one's talking about. So this is one choke point that we have in the world, Strait of Hormuz. And people are like, you probably on a day-to-day stuff, you weren't thinking about how much power Iran had to say, I'm not gonna let anybody else in. You guys are locked in, we have mines. Everyone learned about Karg Island and how powerful it is and how much control Iran has. Well, wait a minute. I didn't know they were this strong. Well, if that's the case, what are the other choke points in the world that if all of a sudden China's like, You want to put this much pain on me that I'm being cornered with oil prices? Wait a minute, let me tell you what I can do to you and the rest of the world with Taiwan and the 90% of semiconductors that's coming there. If they do that, there's one strait nobody is talking about. It's so important, and China privately doesn't want you to know about this one strait that will impact them in a massive way. $3.5 trillion are your moves through this place. We're gonna talk about that place. And an idea that Israel came up with in the 60s amongst each other became public in 1994 that could be a direct competitor to Suez Canal.
Yeah, this is crazy. We definitely gonna learn some stuff right here.
We're gonna talk about all of that stuff today.
Value Entertainment presents.
All right, so contrary to popular belief on X, I've been doing board videos since 2013. I've been doing these for a long time, and if you're watching and saying, Pat, I love the board videos you do, percent of you watch our content, you've never subscribed to the channel, but you watch it every single week. If you're one of them and you like what we do, you want to help us out, we're at 7 million subs. I'd like to get to 10 million subs. Click on that subscribe button. It helps us out with our algorithms and grows our audience. Thank you for doing that. Just click on that subscribe button right there. Having said that, let's get right into another board video here. So, Strait of Hormuz, okay, Persian Gulf, Gulf of Oman, 21 million barrels a day goes through Strait of Hormuz. We're seeing
That's crazy. 21 billion barrels go through. And they say y'all ain't going through it. It's shut down. How do they shut it down? That's the question.
pain for everybody. Gas prices this morning, I'm talking to Rob, on the podcast. He says, Pat, gas prices 2 weeks ago, he's paying $2.75. This morning, $3.99. If you're watching this, your gas prices have probably gone up 50 cents to $1.20 per gallon. Whatever part of the country you live in, you're feeling it, right? Now, why is that? 20 to 25% of all seaborne oil trade, 20% of global LNG goes through the Strait of Hormuz, primarily oil from Saudi, UAE, or Iraq, Kuwait, Qatar, and a big chunk of the oil that China relies on comes from here. So they felt the pain in a massive way. So what does Iran do with
I wonder if their gas is crazy too.
Operation Epic Fury that started on February 28th? Iran closed the strait March 2nd. Now, they've done that to 21 different merchant ships. Obviously, we've destroyed their navy. We've killed 50 of their leaders. Supreme leader, we just killed their chief intelligence officer.
We're just killing them all. That's crazy.
So this is not a good situation, but if you go right now to find out if Strait of Hormuz is open or closed, it'll say restricted. Why? We'll get to that here in a minute as well. Keep in mind, a lot of people think Strait of Hormuz, it's 21 miles wide. If it's 21 miles wide, you have to be able to get a bunch of ships that go through at the same time, right? Nope, only two. Only two? Only two. Why? It's not, if you think it's a deep place and you can have 50 ships going through, that's not the case. So economical implications, largest oil supply disruption ever. Brent crude went from 100 to 126. Omani crude 150. I think the record is 145. I don't know if we're going to hit it or not. Some massive thing needs to happen to hit the record. Oil prices could hit 200 if this continues. Some people say it's a little bit of fear porn, but it's also reality. If all of a sudden Chad Islands hit, and Iran just says, forget about it, and a couple ships are truly hit in a massive way, you can see that every day this thing stays. If it stays closed for 3 weeks, we're dealing with a $200. It's never happened before. Could get to that point. U.S. gas prices up nearly $5 in California. Global oil crisis losing 8 million barrels a day. That's that part. Now, in the logistical problem side, limited mobility. We talked about that. U.S. military resources, 7 to 8 destroyers for just 3 to 4 tankers.
Yeah, that's crazy.
China, India, non-Western countries still allowed in the area. So Iran said, look, if...
Oh, that's crazy. They talking about they can get it. Y'all good.
You're China, you're India, your partner go through. If you're friends with the Western side, you cannot come through this year. There's a price for it. And if you know...
It took them out if you friends with U.S., you can't go. You're not allowed. That's crazy.
This NATO storm, Kira from UK, and I don't know if we're with them,
It's funny. That's why they, that's why they been branching away. Because they already seen this. They already seen this coming. That's exactly why they've been branching away.
President Trump comes out, I need you guys to be on ours. Oh, we can't. We want to kind of have a place because we got to get through. So it's...
Hello, what's up?
An interesting thing that's going on right now, who's going to be siding with them, who's not, and this leads to the secondary consequences, which is port congestion, longer shipping times, delays on sulfur and aluminum, crops, semiconductors, worldwide inflation, shipping insurance costs. Anyways, there's a bunch of things that can happen here, but that's one of the world's choke points. No one's talking about the other places. Let's talk about the other places. Here's where the main global choke points are. When you look at this, you see obviously Panama Canal, Suez Canal, you'll see the Turkish Strait, you'll see all these other places, but I'm going to emphasize a couple of these here. Number one, Suez Canal. 12% of global trade goes through there, 30% of container traffic, $4.2 to $5.7 billion in transit fees for Egypt. So that means in this area, who has a lot of control? Egypt. This is why Egypt's also got its own power. They influence what happens in Suez Canal. So everybody's like, look, Egypt, just kind of be good. And Egypt's like, look, you guys are giving us a lot of money. It's good revenue. Let's just kind of, you know, freedom, peace, and prosperity. Let's do that together, right? Egypt. So that's
Ron just saying, you're not coming in ours. That's crazy.
That part. So risk, Houthis, blockages. This has happened before. Houthis sees this and said, hey, we're going to get them all scared the crap out of everybody. We've seen that happen before. The other block, the other choke point is the Panama Canal. 13,404 transits, $5.7 billion in 2025. Risk, drought. When there is a drought, there's water that they need coming in from lake. Like there was an issue a couple of years ago with rain, El Nino. Didn't really happen. It was massively problematic. They couldn't get as many ships to be going out as they did before. The number, I think, got all the way down to 22 to 24. They'll generally do a number that's a higher number. I think the number is 36, give or take. So that was a problem. So this right here, Panama Canal, the fact that Panama's Supreme Court came and took it back from China, C.K. Hutchinson said you don't have that much control over it, specifically the two areas. That's massive. Now, of course, CKs can come back and ask for money. China's probably not happy about that. This was one of the choke points I was very concerned about. If China could have a lot of control over, this is a good thing. Now watch the next one, Taiwan. Here's a concern with Taiwan.
That's why China say they want it. That's exactly
At any
why
given
China...
time, this is a picture from May 26th of 2024. This is Taiwan.
I can't wait. I'm patient. What you talking about? You patient or what? DW.
Taiwan. This is mainland China. Blue ships. That's Taiwan. That's U.S. Japan, U.S., U.S., Taiwan, U.S., Taiwan. All the blue. Everything you see with red is China. They all need to protect this place. China says this is ours. Now, if China decides to go scorched earth and say, you know what, here's what we're going to go after Taiwan, and we're going to do all this stuff to hurt you guys with the ships. There's one area no one's talking about, the Strait of Malacca. And here's why this is important. 94,000 ships annually goes through here. You don't hear a lot of talks about Strait of Malacca. 25% of all goods, we're talking about $3.5 trillion of trade value, that's moving through this place that we don't talk about a lot.
What is that?
But this is a massive risk for China. Why? That's 80% of oil imports. So let's take a look at this. When you look at this map, okay, this is China mainland. This is the Strait of Malacca. Okay, you may say, what's the big deal? For them to go through, they have to go through here. This is Indonesia. By the way, it's interesting because Indonesia, you see how big it is and how much of the size they have. It's, I think, like 650 to 700 kilometers. Even though it's that much, they're only making $3 billion a year off the Strait of Malacca. They don't charge any tax, nothing like that. Malaysia, right on this side, they have 650 kilometers that comes through right there. They make $7 billion a year. See Singapore, how small it is? That small little place, it's only 24 kilometers. They make the most money, $15 billion every year from the Strait of Malacca. Why? Services, people stop by, get their things scored away. There's so many different great experiences and services there. So they make that money for themselves. But the point here is the fact that if anything happens here, like the Strait of Hormuz, they put a stop to that, China's going to feel it. Now, of course, they have alternatives, but they don't want anybody to be messing with the Strait of Malacca. Now, last but not least, I told you at the end that Israel's sitting there saying, look, you know, our concern is with the Strait of Hormuz, all the way on the other side, it's like 193 kilometers. When you look at this one here, Israel, back in the 60s, came up with an idea that they internally talked about, became public in the 1990s, I think 94, and they said, look, if we have to use Suez Canal, what if all of a sudden one day they say, Egypt says, hey, Israel, you better or else, guys, we got to think about ourselves long term. What if we do that? And they suggested the Ben Gurion Canal. And you know, if you hear strait, it's God-made, it's natural. Canal, it's man-made. They said we should build a canal, calling it the Ben Gurion Canal, 250 to 300 kilometers. Some say a part of the Gaza war that took place is to open it up to build the canal there. And the ideas are pretty outlandish ideas. To build this, they need 300,000 men to help them out. $55 billion budget, I believe, to build this property out. And again, this was an idea that came about a long time that was this.
Yeah, this is this kind of some stuff putting us hip to this right here. Is I'm not really 100% hip on all this stuff, but it's definitely some trade war stuff. I'm gonna kind of go to my next topic. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, comment below, and we kind of go from there. But that was actually interesting. And this is our last topic right here for today.
No matter how much you place people places, when people are trash, especially black people, you're going to get trashy results.
Well, I feel like that's with everybody. I don't like when people put people in just a box. When you put people that didn't have to work super hard for something, and something that's really, really, really nice, then, you know, that's the results that's going to happen sometimes. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, comment below what y'all think about this topic right here.
In this apartment complex, and it ain't even a year old.
So we have wives that time by Miss Belly. It smells very exotic.
It looks really nice on the outside. Like it looks
And
brand
it makes
new.
no sense to
It
me.
definitely look nice. I ain't gonna lie.
How people can do nice places. Hey, how you doing? Every time you get people to move in something nice.
Well, too, that's why you can't give people just stuff. You can't just give people stuff. If you get somebody something, it's gonna be hard for them not to take advantage of it after you give them something.
They don't recognize that you have to level up with your decency. Then why are you going into places to where?
How they gonna level up? They didn't level up. Somebody just gave it to them, so they didn't level up. They still at the same point.
You're going to bring your trashy ways into trashy environments. Let me give you all a prime example of what I'm talking about. Like I said, my apartment complex right there ain't even a year old. And here's what we got to deal with. People, instead of them bringing and picking up their trash, they want to do it like this.
Jesus.
Oh, that ain't nothing. I didn't been in good places where it's worse than that. Just depending on the stuff. Like it ain't. But thing is, the trash can empty though too, so that's crazy.
Why not take it to a different dumpster if you see that one is full? I don't understand.
Just like I've said, I live in a very nice apartment, and people don't seem to get it.
That's why I don't rent out to Section 8 people. A lot of times, because I build homes and I rent them out.
But see, I don't even think that's a huge issue. Like it ain't even that. That's not even just trashy people. Like I done lived in an apartment building where it ain't really. We all paying a expensive price, and that happens. That's just, and ain't nobody getting no deal in the place that I was living in. And if the trash can full, it's full, and people gonna put it where they put it at.
I try to keep the costs really, really low as far as how much I charge people for rent because I don't have no mortgages, and I do it out of pocket, right? But then people will ask me and they'll say, well, do you accept Section 8? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
But I understand that though too, because Section 8, a lot of Section 8 people do destroy your property, and it do be crazy.
It's not about money. in its entirety. Like, it's about being profitable, but the type of money that you accept is different, because I don't want anybody tearing up my stuff. So in this instance,
Yeah, they ain't got no, not all of them, but some of them, they don't. Sometimes they ain't got pride in it, because, gotta give it to them. Like, a lot of times when you get somebody something, it's hard to tell them to respect it, because they ain't, it ain't coming out their pocket. They ain't going out and working for it. So it's kind of hard. Like, a lot of Section 8 houses do get destroyed, though.
they build a new apartment complex, and this woman is.
But honestly, I don't think this is a big deal. Like, this is a small deal. Like, I literally been in an apartment complex, and we all paying big money, and it ain't no trashy people probably there. Like, to her standards, of it ain't no people that's getting no deal on their rent. When that trash can is full, it's full. Like, that's just how it go.
Saying that she's having
Not
problems.
saying that I do it, but that's just how it go. Unless she's about to show us more, but that trash can, that's not nothing new. They sending their kids there, and kids is gonna be kids no matter rich, poor, or whatever it is.
Only showing one of the many problems that she has on a regular basis. You can't get mad at her, because it be your own people. But then what'll happen is that they'll call her out of her name, right? They'll call her a raccoon or something like that, because you're unwilling to accept, and you finally standing up for what's right. Because you're unwilling to accept the degeneracy from a part of the culture. Again, there's a separation, and this is what we need to start doing, is separate.
But I don't see this right here. I don't agree with at all. I don't agree with him, and I don't agree with her, because that's not what this issue is. Because this happened at this. You got to be at more apartments to understand that that's a regular issue at apartments. It ain't just the black culture that's doing that. Like, this happened at apartments. I done been at the best apartments. Not the $1 million, but I done been at some where I'm paying a lot of money, and it ain't a lot of black people where I was staying at. It's just everybody paying the high price. We all paying a nice amount of rent, and if that trash can full, or they having their kids go throw the trash out, it's context to this story that's being left out. It's her just thinking so simple-minded and thinking that that's the thing.
Ourselves, because all white people don't necessarily rock with all white people. All black people don't necessarily rock with all black people, right? All Asian people, they are all different from different cultures, and even the ones that are doing the things the right way is separate from the people that are outcasted and doing things the wrong way. So why can't we start to call out the BS and hold people accountable for the things that they are doing to ruin the culture and ruin the environments that we live in? There's no reason that just because you don't have money or resources, for example, because I remember coming up, I'm an 80s baby, grew up in the 90s, graduated in 2000 from high school. I didn't realize that the hood was the hood when I was coming up, because I came up before the social media era. And I just remember my parents, we took care of our grass, and the neighbors, they all loved our grass, and we was all friends and family. And yes, it was some bad things that I seen growing up.
Because that's the thing about him. He didn't really grow up in the hood. Like, he grew up like somewhere, but not really. Like, he grew up in. That's the thing about Detroit. Like, Detroit got good parts in Detroit. Like, it's other parts in Detroit was really the hood. Like, shit. Like, nah, not everybody took care of everything. Like, we didn't grow across, even though I took care of a lot of stuff next to my house and made sure it was cut, but not everything for sure not. And I guess our gap could be a little bit further. He probably a few years older than me, so it could be, but I'm 92, so I'm really close to the 80s too. So,
you grew up in the crack era, and you seen some dope fiends and raid vans and stuff like that. But my block in particular was a little bit more exceptional, because people actually cared. And just because you lived in the quote unquote hood did not mean that you shouldn't take care of your stuff. We owned our home outright. My father owned our home outright. And we were raised in that home. And I stayed in that home until I was, until I graduated high school or whatever and all of that. And then I got a really good job, and I started moving upwards with upward mobility. But my point is that Just because we didn't have a whole lot of money when I was coming up did not mean that we treated our stuff like trash. And that's what I mean by culture. It's the thing that we celebrate the most or that we promote the most that's not best for us, that is trash. And that's the separation from black people, from black culture, right? She in a brand new apartment building, brand spanking new. And she can't get people to do the right thing as far as even throwing their trash away. In apartment buildings, usually there's multiple different dumpsters, not just in one spot. There's probably some around a corner or whatever.
But I can tell that he haven't been to a lot of apartment buildings. Just because that's an apartment building issue. That's not a black culture issue.
That don't have as much trash in it. So if I'm in an apartment, right, and I gotta take my trash out to the dumpster, usually I would, if I see this one is full, then I would drive around to another one and move that way or whatever, so on and so forth. But, you know, especially around the holidays, because the dump truck people
and
might.
And then, at the same time, it's kids, it's teenagers taking trash and teenagers gonna do teenager stuff.
Be off that day or whatever. But it's a class thing, and we have to start calling out the nonsense. And I'm glad that people like her are starting.
This not just a class thing.
To address what we shouldn't be accepting inside of the culture.
It's a not knowing the full story type of thing, and not being in a lot of apartment buildings. And he haven't experienced a lot of apartments. I've been in a lot of apartments. Like, it's big complexes like that. It happens no matter what.
And I wonder why some people don't be wanting certain people in their areas. Me being a black woman, I understand now why so many people, it ain't got nothing to do with racism. People just know that a lot of folks will get into your neighborhood and they'll trash
See the
it
moving
up.
truck right
a lot
there?
of people will get into your environment and they'll trash it up. They'll scuff up the walls in the hallways of nice apartments. They'll drop chicken bones. They'll drag garbage bags all the way. This is a concrete walkway. They'll drag trash all across the yard and everything and stuff. I can't seem to understand for the life of me. When people are born or raised in the projects don't have to be in you, just like Jesse Jackson said. I was born and raised in the projects, but the projects wasn't in me. People got...
Yeah. It's, I don't like people to box, I don't like people to box people in the box. And I feel like that's a lot what both of them are doing. They putting, everybody got these issues, and especially at apartment buildings.
The nerve to get into something nice and then treat it like they are.
Yep.
Just because you trash, it don't mean you have to trash where you live at. I just had to make a point out of that because that made no sense to me. You don't have to do that. Especially black people. Y'all do too much. Y'all don't care about nothing. Y'all don't have no home raising, no home training, no nothing. Some of you.
We always against ourselves. The good is against the bad. We always against ourselves.
Wow. And I don't get it.
We against ourselves more than anybody else is against us.
And it makes me sick.
Can't even move into some place new and nice and upgrade because the hood is chasing you. It's chasing you down. The culture is chasing you. The degeneracy is chasing you. And they are trying to take control of your life by forcing you to accept that this is our reality. This is our new normal. This is the way that we need to be.
I disagree and agree with this. I don't agree really at all. Like, I disagree and agree, but in apartments like that, stuff like that is gonna happen. It's all about the maintenance, cleaning certain stuff up too. Like, certain stuff, when it's like that, certain stuff you can't avoid, kinda. Like, it's a lot of people, and it ain't just the black culture. It's just blaming it on something just sells better.
that no matter where we go, we take us with us, and that you can't change. I want to just say this. You are not the environment that you were raised in. You're not. You're not your past. You're not your circumstances. You can change.
No, it is some people that is something like that, but I don't like the box and I don't appreciate the box.
And it's all by intentional behavior. And the first thing that you have to do is you got to first hold yourself accountable. The second thing that you have to do is you got to make sure that you continue to work. And the third thing that you have to do is make sure that you get the beam out of your own eye and carry yourself appropriately. Once you do that, you don't have to accept the nonsense. You don't have to accept degenerate behavior. Just because you were born black don't.
Yeah, cause he gonna keep kind of going the way he going, cause his experiences. You know, everybody's experiences is different. Like, and a lot of the stuff that she's talking about is not just a black culture. It's an apartment issue, no matter what. Like, these apartments have these type of issues when you're in a shared space. Like, the last apartment I had, we didn't really have a shared space like that. That's even like some of these apartments having cats and stuff like that. It could be a clean space with cats, but you ask me, it's not really gonna be clean, and it's gonna smell like cats and it's gonna stink. And who's supposed to clean that? That's nasty to me. So it's like, when 100 people is walking through a building, some stuff gonna get dropped, and it's stuff that's gonna happen. But in some of these other places, they have maintenance people there that's cleaning, and they got higher pay, that they pay a maintenance team to clean up after people are ready. So it's really, it's not necessarily what she's saying. It's some truth to it, because you do got some people, but it's not just, that's everywhere. Everywhere got them many people, people that does stuff like that. Like, a lot of apartments, you have this issue, especially when you living in a huge, apartment. But, people love to put people in a box and say, oh, it's just these type of people bringing the hood to wherever they going, they doing this. And, that's what sells, man. And I'm not about to down, my people. That's everybody in a space that's shared with 100 people that's walking up and down a hallway. Or in two, that you got they teenagers. Different situations is different. Like, situational is different. Like, if it's situational, like, at the end of the day, like, that's really what it come down to. It's situational. That trash can issue, that's at every apartment. Like, if you live in apartments, they have that issue. And the best ones, they gonna have that issue, just because, you seen your 15, 16, 14-year-old there and the trash can's full, they gonna throw that trash can on top of that. Like, that's just what they gonna do. So, with this topic, you could blame the black culture. You can, blame what you want to blame. I feel like it's situations, and you put in certain of these situations, these Section 8 situations, you putting a 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom, you putting a 3-4. If you putting a few 3-4 bedrooms in this place, that's 3 to 4 to 5 people living in each place. You got 100 places, or you got 50 places. That's that's 250 people that's walking down that hallway. That's teenagers. That's kids. That's a lot of people. In other situations, it's not like that. Like, it's 1 or 2 people that's there. It's adults that's there. When in more higher level and higher class and more money, they're not staying in that place that long with their kids. They stand in that place by themselves. So it's different situationals. It's situational, and that's what they don't take out of it. Like, they just feel like, it's this, but some of these issues happen there too. And some of these issues are situational too. Some of these issues that you're jam packing all these people in this place and thinking it's gonna be clean, and you're not hiring no service to help clean up. Some of these places that's out, they got these places, they got people that clean up. So you don't even notice if stuff is getting left, messes is happening because they got a cleaning team that cleans up. So it's situational. You know, they want to blame it on the hood coming, wherever it's coming to. It's not necessarily that. It's just the fact that when you put a lot of people in a place, stuff like that just gonna happen. So that's really my take on it. And appreciate it. You guys can like, share, subscribe, comment below. Let me know what y'all feel about this topic. And I shall see y'all when I see you. And that's a wrap. I think that's all the topics we got for today. And peace, 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 peace.